And we say good morning to you. Welcome. And we are live at Mike's Medicine Mart again on this Monday, ready to go for a brand new week and ready to roll and have a big time as we always do out on the trail. And we're going to be busy this week again. We're going to be, let's see, today we're here at Mike's Medicine Mart. Tomorrow we're going to be at Movement Mortgage in Boones Creek. Wednesday we'll be at Chick-fil-A. Thursday we're going to be live at Champion Chevrolet. And Friday we got a surprise coming for on Friday. We're very excited about what's going to be happening on Friday. We are loaded for bear as always. We're going to be here at Mike's Medicine Mart for the next couple of hours talking Sweet 16 basketball. The Lady Vols laid an egg and they've been eliminated. The Marshall Thundering Herd, my boys, laid a big egg. They got whipped last night, got hammered. In West Virginia, a superior basketball team, so congratulations to the Mountaineers. They did exactly what they needed to do, and they showcased why they're a Sweet 16 team. So I don't like to lose, but hey, can't really go wrong if you're from West Virginia. Somebody's going on to the Sweet 16, and so the Mountaineers are taking on Villanova. And so, man, it was upset city yesterday. Goodness gracious, 1, 2, 3, 4 big upsets. The lower seed defeating the higher seed defeating the lower seed, eliminating them in upsets. Of course, Michigan State, North Carolina, Cincinnati, Auburn all go down yesterday. So we'll run them down for the Sweet 16. Also got some Major League Baseball news. Also got some news, obviously, from NASCAR. Martin Truex Jr. punches his ticket to win yesterday in California. And everybody heads back this way to short track racing and the paperclip this weekend in Martinsville Speedway. We've got guests lined up and ready to go. We've got Rob Cole from Bays Mountain Park. We've got Josh Lawson from the Kingsport Mets. We've got Dr. Barry Walton and William Yarber from right here at Mike's Medicine Mart. And we've got ourselves Dylan Hodge, young man. I went up and watched him take some laps on Saturday at the Kingsport Speedway across town here and got a chance to see the youngster from Sullivan South High School again take some laps. Opening day coming up this coming Saturday. It's going to be a lot of fun. 3 o'clock on Saturday again from the Concrete Jungles. We're going to be joined by Dylan coming up here in just a few minutes. We always dedicate our show to the man who hung on the cross out of the book of Psalms. Today's the verse of the day. Psalm 73 says, I am with you always. I will always be holding your hand. I will guide you with my counsel and take you into my glory. I am the strength of your heart and your portion forever. How about that? That's awesome. I am with you always. I will always be holding your hand. I will guide you with my counsel and take you into my glory. How about that? That's awesome. That's what's going on again with the verse of the day. As we're live here, we dedicate the show every day to the man who hung on the cross. Unashamedly do that. And so, coming up here at Mike's Medicine Mart, got several things to tell you about. Lots of things. Got a whole countertop full of show and tell. Got some new candles in there. Got some candles that are marked down. Keepers of the Light. 25% off. We also got some other candles known as the Keeper of the Light candles, 25% off. The Tried and True candles, which are soy and pet friendly. These are brand spanking new. William's going to tell us all about those coming up here in just a few minutes. If you need it, gluten-free products, they got the natural gluten-free makeup, brand spanking new. It's a new product in. Also natural hair dyes by Herbitint. Was that it right? And so all that's great ideas for Mom for Mother's Day. And we're giving away some stuff today, as always. Today, 5 lucky winners. Now, they sell more than just, obviously, prescriptions and medicine here at Mike's Medicine Mart, obviously. And so in the Good Food Grocery, they have Amish Country microwave popcorn. We're going to be giving that away today. We're going to give that away and ship it to you. If you're local, if you're out of town, all you got to do is like and share, like we always do. Like, comment, or share for your chance to win. We'll send these to you. Again, these are sweet kettle corn Amish Country microwave popcorn. Got, 5 of those to give away. So 5 winners today. All you got to do is like, comment, or share the show. Get to win some free popcorn that they sell here. The Amish-grown, non-GMO popcorn, microwave popcorn, and ladyfinger popcorn grown by Amish Country Popcorn in Indiana. It's American-made, of course, and got a bag of each of the white hulless sweet kettle corn and the ladyfinger butter popcorn. So got both of those, and can't go wrong with those. Those are good stuff there. I like them, and so we appreciate them very much. We're live here again at Mike's Medicine Mart. We're going to take our first break, come back, and break down some college basketball. Holy smokes, lots going on. Got the NIT, the NCAA. NIT plays tonight. The Lady Vols, again, laid an egg. Yesterday, a very disappointing finish. First time they've ever lost a postseason tournament game at Thompson Bowling Arena, and they did. They're eliminated, and also the guys got beat, as you know by now. So disappointing weekend for Tennessee fans, but again, got some happy campers. Keep an eye out. Say what you want now. You got to keep an eye on the Kentucky Wildcats. This is a team that's making some noise in that South Regional. And so we'll break down each regional, let you know who's playing where, the NIT and the NCAA. Also, Carson Newman's ladies playing tonight out at the NAIA tournament in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. We'll tell you all about that. So our first segment, take a little look at basketball, and then we'll come back, as we said, and we'll visit with Dylan Hodge. He'll join us coming up here in a few minutes, and we're live at Mike's Medicine Mart. Make tracks to Mike's, and be sure to like, comment, or share the show for your chance to win. Becky says today, last month we gave away one this week, and this month we're giving away 5 goodies. How about that? So let us know you're out there. Like, comment, or share for your chance to win 5 lucky winners right here on show number, where are we? Show number 711. Basketball segment next year on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. Do you like pulled pork? At Phil's, the pulled pork is cooked low and slow. We cook it all night, but we serve it fast. Our pulled pork is hickory smoked, tender and juicy. We serve the pork either as a sandwich on a bun or platter style with garlic toast. And don't forget to try our pork wings. They taste like a cross between ham and our sweet ribs. It comes as a meal, as an add-on, or part of our meat sampler platters. Pulled pork and pork wings. Just 2 great reasons to stop by Phil's Dream Pit. Eastern Star exit off I-26, 349-6437. Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do you do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here at the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400. Your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Over 10 to choose from. Perfect for having the gang over to watch the big game, birthday parties, church get-togethers, backyard gatherings, everything from fruit trays to garden salad trays to nuggets and chicken strip trays. And for the sweet tooth, try the cinnamon cluster or chocolate chunk cookie tray. So you see, any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City.
We're back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show, show number 711, right here again on this Monday. Tomorrow will be at Movement Mortgage, Wednesday Chick-fil-A, Thursday Champion Chevrolet, and Friday we got us a brand new spot we're very excited about, so we'll tell you all about that coming up again by the end of the week. All right, let's take a look at them. I had some upsets yesterday. Goodness gracious sakes alive, Martha White. Well, they had 4 upsets yesterday in college basketball. Teams that went down, including the defending national champion, the North Carolina Tar Heels, that I thought was an unexpected loss, but apparently not by some folks. They felt like that was going to happen. They got their heinies kicked. 86-65 got beat by 21 by Texas A&M. Michigan State, the 3rd seed, goes down. Syracuse knocks them off. The 11th seed, Qs, as they call themselves, 55-53. Second seeded Cincinnati gets nailed. Nevada gets them 75-73. And then Clemson, the 5th seed, beat Auburn 84-53. That was a hammer by 31 points. And so 4th-ranked Auburn, who I said all along was overrated, and they proved that to be true. They've been eliminated. The other winners, of course, Kansas State, no problem with UMBC. Last night, my guys got hammered. Oh, boy. Marshall got it handed to them 94-71 by a very good West Virginia team. And Purdue eliminates the Butler Bulldogs 76-73. So here we go. Let's set them up for you in the East Regional coming up on Friday from the TD Garden in Boston. Villanova 32-4 against the Mountaineers of West Virginia 26-10. Purdue at 30-6 taking on the Red Raiders of Texas Tech at 26-9. That'll be on Friday from the East Regional in Boston. The South Regional at the Phillips Arena in Atlanta. Should be a home game for Kentucky. Kansas State 24-11 taking on Kentucky at 26-10. Nevada 29-7 taking on Loyola of Chicago, the Cinderella team this year at 30-5. They'll play those Thursday again at the Phillips Arena in Atlanta. That again is coming out of the South Regional. Midwest Regional, they will play theirs Sweet 16 in Omaha at the CenturyLink Center on Friday. Kansas at 29-7 taking on Clemson at 25-9. The Duke Blue Devils at 28-7 taking on Syracuse 23-13. In the West Regional on Thursday at the Staples Center in Los Angeles, the Seminoles of Florida State at 22-11 opposed by the Gonzaga basketball team. The Bulldogs at 32-4, and Texas A&M, the Aggies, at 22-12, battling the Michigan Wolverines at 30-7. Those will be Thursday. So Thursday's games: Florida State, Gonzaga, Texas A&M, and Michigan. Also on Thursday, you'll have Kansas State, Kentucky, Nevada, and Loyola, Chicago. On Friday, Villanova and West Virginia, Purdue and Texas Tech. Also on Friday, Florida State and Gonzaga. Also on Friday, Kansas and Clemson, and Duke and Syracuse. That's your matchups for the Sweet 16 coming up again this coming weekend. A little closer to home, high school basketball. Volunteer looking for a new boys basketball coach. Greg Barnett, who took the program's reins back in 2014-15, stepped down last week. He said, quote, "I was asked to step aside because I wanted to go in a different direction, so I went ahead and resigned." And so looking for a new basketball coach now at Volunteer High School. Greg Barnett stepping away from the program. 2nd-seeded Carson Newman's ladies and number 7-seeded Union hit the hardwood at the Sanford Pentagon today at Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Carson Newman at 32-2, looking to become the first school from the South Atlantic Conference to win a game in the Elite Eight. A victory would also establish the program's record for wins in the season. Of course, the Maresite twins from Elizabethton are there. And so, again, they're 32-2, and they play again later on today. So good luck to the Lady Eagles from Carson Newman. Also coming up, we want to remind you about the NIT. They play their games tonight. You've got games happening, let's see. This evening you have Southern Cal and Western Kentucky. Also tonight you have Oklahoma State and Stanford and Stillwater. Also tonight, St. Mary's and Washington, and also LSU and Utah and Salt Lake City. All those 4 games going on tonight. And then we have more basketball coming up tomorrow night as well. But those 4 tonight, 4 games against Southern Cal and Western Kentucky, Stanford and Oklahoma State, St. Mary's and Washington, LSU and Utah. Women's play, of course, Tennessee loses yesterday. First time they've ever lost a postseason game at Thompson Bowling Arena ever. They're now 57-1. Oregon State gets them, and so the Lady Vols kind of end their season on a sour note. Didn't really expect that, but again, credit Oregon State defeating the Lady Vols, the number 6 seed in the Lexington Regional, over the number 3 seed Tennessee at 66-59. So teams ready to go to the next round in the Sweet 16 for the ladies. You got Notre Dame playing Texas A&M. Oregon plays the winner tonight of Central Michigan and Ohio State. Louisville awaits the winner tonight of Florida Gulf Coast and the Lady Cardinal from Stanford. Also, you have tonight UConn taking on Quinnipiac. Again, they will battle the winner of the Duke-Georgia game later on this week. On the other side of the bracket, from Kansas City bracket, North Carolina State, the Lady Wolfpack, waiting on the winner of tonight's game between the number 1 seed Mississippi State Lady Bulldogs and Oklahoma State. And also South Carolina and the Albany Regional awaiting the winner of the Buffalo Lady Seminole game of the Florida State Lady Seminoles. So basketball tonight. Also, Creighton, UCLA, and Arizona State and the Texas Lady Longhorns all playing tonight. We'll let you know tomorrow how those games go in women's college basketball. It's the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Don't forget, we got a doubleheader coming up this show today, and then coming up at 5 o'clock this afternoon, we've got some iffy weather coming in, but we hope to get the game in. At 5 o'clock, we've got Elizabethton Cyclone Baseball, brought to you by Chick-fil-A of Elizabethton. We've got the Cyclones and the Sullivan East Patriots coming up today, and so airtime at 4:30, first pitch at 5 o'clock, and we're very excited about that. So Cyclone Baseball from O'Brien Stadium in Elizabethton, home of the Twins. We've got the Clones and the East Patriots of Coach Brenninger coming to town tonight. Again, they're 2-0, are the East Patriots, and Elizabethton at 2-2. Big game in the conference, in the AA conference, of course, the Three Rivers Conference. And right now, Sullivan Central's in the Catbird seat at 2-0. Sullivan East and Unicoi County at 1-0. Happy Valley yet to play. Sullivan South and Johnson County 0-1 in the conference. And Elizabethton, by virtue of losing 2 to Central last week, 0-2 in the Three Rivers Conference race in baseball. So we'll talk more about who's playing where later on in the show. Up next, we'll take a look at NASCAR. We've got my man in the house. This young man is from Kingsport Speedway. He was there Saturday taking in some laps, and we're going to get him on here coming up in just a second. He would be our buddy Dylan Hodge joins us. But first, let's check in with one of our great sponsors, our buddy Jeremy Livesey from Movement Mortgage, and Dylan Hodge joins us coming up next as we are live at Max Mart. Again, be sure and share and like the show. We're giving away some cool stuff here this afternoon, and so we'll announce the winner at the end of the show. So be sure and like and share and comment, or like, comment, and share for your chance to win. We got 5 winners today. So again, be sure and like, comment, or share, and your chance to win some cool things here from Max Smart. If you live out of town, we'll ship it to you. It won't matter. So wherever you are, be sure and again, let us know you're out there, and we will announce the winners at the end of the show. Quick break. We'll be right back. We'll be joined by Dylan Hodge of Kingsport Speedway next year on show number 711 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show. With one of our great sponsors again here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, our dear friend Jeremy Livesey from Movement Mortgage. See behind us the JeremyLivesey.com, and 671. This is a neat process. It's working big time for the organization. Tell me about it.
Well, basically, our 6-hour underwriting process just basically revolutionizes the area because not any other lenders are doing that. And our 7-day processing period just means that we're getting everything processed in 7 days and then 1 day to close. So once everything's final approved, it gets to the title company in 1 day.
The first number we're talking about is 6. What's that represent?
6 is from the time that we take the loan application and we submit it to the underwriting team, whatever you want to call them. About 6 hours later, we get our approval.
Here he goes.
So, yeah.
That's 6. The middle number is 7. Tell me about that.
7 is once the underwriter approves the loan, then they send us the condition sheets, and between me and my assistant and our processor, we have 7 days to get all the documents and everything back to the underwriter for our final approval.
And then the last number out of 671 would be just numero uno.
Yeah, just the 1. So once everything is done, then the closer for our team will package up everything that needs to be done at the title company for the legal part with the deed and deed of trust and notes and all that stuff. Sends all that to them, gets all the money ready, send it to them so we can close.
Website is Jeremy Livesey, Livesey, JeremyLivesey.com. VA loans, tell me about that from Movement Mortgage and Jeremy Livesey.
Yeah, this area is very good for VAs just because of the VA med centers here, and most of the people like to retire in this area, and a lot of them are veterans. So we offer 100% financing with no mortgage insurance to them. Still can close in 30 days or less. So I mean, it's not a big deal for them. And on our end, we enjoy it because we've got it down to a science. So.
Number 2, the FHA loan. Tell me about that.
FHA, it's more for people with less money to put down. Sometimes they do have some credit issues or just debt to income issues. And depending on where they're wanting to buy it, there are some different grant programs available as well. So we do a lot of the FHAs. This area is just a hotbed for FHAs just because of the East Tennessee. We got a lot of younger people buying. A lot of people that just don't have a lot of money to put down. They don't have the 20% down like they used to have to get to buy a house. So.
JeremyLivesey.com is a website you want to go to 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We'll let you know what's there here in just a moment when you get there. USDA loans, tell me about those.
USDA, or the rural development loans, that's basically for the county, and they offer 100% financing as well. The guidelines for underwriting are a little bit stricter, but you do get 100% financing, so you kind of pay the price on a few things, but to get 100% financing on a $150,000, $200,000 house, get it for nothing, it's not a bad deal.
VA loans, FHA, USDA, and then last but not least, conventional loans.
Conventional is just your vanilla loans, 15, 20, sometimes 10% down, depending on what your situation is. More for your people with higher credit scores, some money down, lower debt ratios, and stuff like that. They do have some advantages to it. They're a little bit easier to do as far as paperwork, and we do a ton of it.
Office located right across from the Cracker Barrel in Boones Creek. JeremyLivesey.com. 6-hour underwriting process, 7-day processing period, 1 day to close. And so, again, when we go to JeremyLivesey.com, what will we find?
You will find, like I said before, you'll find a nice picture of me. Also has a little button underneath that says Apply Now. So you can go on there and it'll actually walk you through it and tell you exactly what you need to provide as far as the documentation. And, put your name, address, phone number, social security number, all that stuff. It comes straight to my desk, and we can have you an approval the same day.
Here you go. Yeah. JeremyLivesey.com, Movement Mortgage. You can check them out, again, located physically here in Boones Creek, right across from the Cracker Barrel. But again, the website, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, Jeremy, Jeremy, and then Livesey or Livesey, Livesay, easy to spell, JeremyLivesey.com. And it's a busy time right now.
It is.
And you love it.
I do.
VA, FHA, USDA, and conventional loans, give him a call. The process is called 671. Again, Jeremy Livesey, Movement Mortgage, one of our great sponsors here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. No, I'm not Dylan Hobbs, just getting him on camera because he is here and in the house, and I want to get this young man on because we had a chance to check him out yesterday, or rather Saturday. Good morning, young man. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. There you go. Got him right here. Got him looking good into the camera. Again, this young man, how old are you, sir?
I'm 15 years old.
15 years old. By the way, hello to Rob Fritz. Hello to Bridget Murray Franklin, Chad Fletcher, Bill Patrick. Some of the folks, again, you want to be sure, as we said, to like, comment, or share for your chance to win. Got 5 different folks to win here today as we're here live again. You can see in the backdrop, Mike's Medicine Mart. So let's get it started. You were there Saturday. Of course, this young man, as we said, in the late model division, starting this coming Saturday. And how many laps you take in? How do you feel about it? You had practice up there Saturday. Kind of give me an overview of how things went.
We probably did a good 50 to 60 laps over the course of the day, and I felt pretty good about it. One of the main things that I got as I first sat down in the car was safety. That's probably going to be the biggest thing. You're in such a bigger car this year, and a lot of things can go wrong, and safety is probably the most important thing to me this year, and just getting through the races without tearing anything up, and just keeping the car in one piece and getting it ready for the next weekend instead of worrying about repairing it and all that. But I felt pretty good as far as time-wise. We're a little off, but we're right there with everybody else at this point, and there's still some to gain and a lot of experience to gain, and just a lot of experience is what I need at this point.
Let's talk about safety. You said it's tell me what goes on inside that car to make sure the drivers are as safe as possible.
Well, last week we went over to Simpson Racing Products, and we got everything new this year. There's not really a price on safety. You would rather have it and never have to use it than to regret having it. And so we got all the fire-resistant stuff just in case it ever happened. And the carbon monoxide is a big issue. So that's one of the 2 main factors that we're trying to eliminate. And I have a lot of gear on, helmet, skirts, and I want to make sure that every part of my body is covered with some sort of fire-resistant. And so that's just the 2 main goals that we're working towards, just to make it safer during the race. So that would be one of the factors we won't have to worry about.
We're talking to Dylan Hodgkin, this young man, 15 years old, a freshman at Sullivan South High School, racing again on the concrete jungle on Saturday. We'll drop the green flag at 3 o'clock. The late model is going to be a lot of fun. And you were turning what kind of times up there Saturday?
We started off into the 15.2s, I believe, and then as the day progressed, we got into the 3s, and we just kind of stayed right there. We kind of got slower as the day went on, but we gained a lot of seat time and a lot of experience, which I need every bit of it for this Saturday.
Absolutely. And you said you were comparing your times because Chris Van Dyke was up here, the defending champ, so that's the guy you kind of set the bar with, and so he was going faster or slower. Compare yourself how he was doing.
They got thousands of laps at that track, and so I tried to get behind him and just see what it's like and what it's like for him, and try to follow his line and stuff, and just seat time is all it takes. And he was better than me in certain spots and stuff, and I learned a lot just from those 5 or 10 laps that I was behind him and just watching him. So just seat time is the biggest factor at this point.
You have raced at Kingsport Speedway before, is that correct?
Yeah.
Different divisions, so you know the track, but getting in there late model with the big boys coming up Saturday is a brand new experience. Here it is Monday. You got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You're racing on Saturday. Butterflies yet? I mean, what's going through your mind? You getting ready to get out there and get with the big boys on Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, I've watched late models over there for 8 years, so I was confident about getting into the car, and I felt like I knew what was going to go on. I didn't know if I was going to be the fastest, but I knew how to get around the place, it felt like, because I've watched thousands of laps there, and I've watched Chris and every driver, Lee Pulliam, that has came over there, and I've just sat there and watched them every lap. And the moment that I got in the car, I realized it's a bigger deal than what it looks like, and yeah, there's a little nerves, and a little excitement as well going into Saturday.
Absolutely. Now, is Kingsport going to be your home track? You going to be racing anywhere else this year?
Probably this year we'll focus on Kingsport Speedway. We might make a few starts here and there around North Carolina, but next year will be a different deal. Probably we'll go into it very deep and try to go for the national championship or probably something.
Coming up on Hello Betty Perry watching, and Elizabeth, and also Rob Fritz watching, my friend, also Bridget Murray Franklin. Be sure and like, comment, or share with your chance. We got 5 winners today. We're going to be giving away some neat stuff from the Good Food Grocery portion of Mike's Medicine Mart. So if you'd like to win some cool stuff, be sure and like, share, comment, or share for your chance to win. We'll pull 5 winners coming up here at the end of the show. We're talking to Dylan Hodge. You see him on the screen. Coming up in a few minutes, we're going to be joined by Rob Cole from Bays Mountain Park. Josh Lawson joins us later on from Kingsport Mets. We're talking to Dylan from Kingsport Speedway. We do have Elizabethton Cyclone baseball scheduled today, 4:30 airtime, 5 o'clock first pitch from Twin Stadium, O'Brien Field. Again, we've got the Sullivan East Patriots coming to town. Yes, we know we got some bad weather coming, or so says the National Weather Service, but hopefully we get that in. So we'll start it today at 4:30. Brought to you by Chick-fil-A of Elizabethton. Tommy Tipton and yours truly going to bring it to you from Twin Stadium. Should be a great ball game. Elizabethton and Sullivan East. And Chad Fletcher says, good luck this season, Dylan. I agree with you 100%. So for folks who may not know the story, kind of go back and tell us how Dylan Hodge got into driving and racing to begin with.
It all started, my dad traded a pistol for a go-kart one day, and it just started as I've always liked racing. We would always go to the Bristol race, but after the Bristol race, it'd just be over with and we'd get back to our normal lives. And, I really never thought that I'd be driving one at any point in time because I was focused on other sports. And I knew the first time I sat down in the go-kart, though, I wanted to stop everything that I was doing and proceed with racing. And so I think I was in baseball, football, Cub Scouts, and everything at one point, and I quit all of them during my 5th or 6th grade year and went full-time racing. And we were probably racing 40 to 45 weekends out of the year and in go-karts, and one thing led to another, and we just made our way up the ranks in go-karts, and we were on the touring series, I guess you could call it. It'd be like the NASCAR series and of go-karts, and you're racing against the best of the best. You had a lot of NASCAR teams bringing their driver development or development driver programs up through the ranks, like Hermie Sadler, I think, was a big one. And so there was just a lot of talent at those races. And then we got into legend cars, and we were going to race it over in Charlotte, which we did, in Concord, North Carolina. And then we raced it at Kingsport Speedway and Lonesome Pine. And we had 2 seasons of that, or 2 or 3. And we had good seasons, I guess you could say, but we were just trying to kill time to get to this point as we are today in a late model. And hopefully this year we'll get a good season at Kingsport and then go on to newer and better equipment next year and go around a touring series. And
now you're a freshman in Sullivan South, so what do your buddies think about you racing? What do the girls think about you racing? Are you become kind of a popular item at Solomon South because you're racing?
It's not something that you see every day is a 15-year-old driving a late model stock car. So, some people think it's cool, and then some people think it's not cool. So you got different opinions, but usually I have a lot of support though from my friends and teachers and staff and everybody, and they understand that when I leave school, I'm not going out here and doing something crazy. They know where I'm going. They know where I'm traveling, going to a racetrack of some sort, and so everybody knows what I do at my school. They know.
Absolutely. Now, behind every great driver is a great support staff. So tell me your parents, tell me some folks you want us to give a shout out to and say a big thank you for helping you get to this point in your very young career at the age of 15 years old.
Well, of course, Max Medicine Mart. I think they've been on us now for 3 years. This will be their 3rd year, and they're on board with us this year. And then my parents, my Aunt Donna, she's here with me today, and then all my other sponsors, Gillespie, Crane and Millwright. There's just a lot of people that have helped me to get to this point, and that I'm very thankful of.
Absolutely. Coming up on Saturday, it's the Food City 175. Food City's on board now, has been for a couple of years, Kingsport Speedway, which is great, one of our great sponsors. So the Food City 175 coming at us on Saturday, dropping the green flag at 3 o'clock. Tell folks what car we should be cheering for out there. What color is it, and what's the number?
It's the blue and white and black number 5.
There you go.
Hopefully it'll be on the pole and up front all race. Sweep the weekend.
That's it. Get the broom out, make a sweep.
Yep.
Dylan, you can come back anytime, my friend. We had you on a couple of weeks ago when we were all at the Johnson City Mall for the Kingsport Speedway meet and greet. So we wish you the very, very best. I know you got some tough competition out there. Crest Van Dyke and those other guys were ready to go for the late model, but you get in there and show them that you're worthy of being there at 15 years old. Let them know, all right?
Yep,
There
we'll
you
do.
go. Good. I'm looking forward to seeing you over there. Give me some taters. Here it is, my man, Dylan Hodge. Quick break. We'll be right back, and we will take a break for one of our great sponsors. We were just there on Friday and Saturday, ate there twice this week. Phil's Dream Pit on Eastern Star exit of Interstate 26. Closed today, open Tuesday through Saturday. And here's our buddy Phil Pipkin again from Phil's Dream Pit. We'll take a look at NASCAR. Martin Truex Jr. did it yesterday in Fontana. Joey Logano did it on Saturday. We'll recap the weekend's racing as they head to the Paperclip this weekend at Martinsville Speedway. We'll take a look at NASCAR next year on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Back with my buddy Phil, Phil's Dream Pit again, the quest for perfect barbecue. And tell us about, big guy, tell us about the Dream Packs at Phil's Dream Pit.
So we offer these Dream Packs that we offer them in equal numbers. So like 4, 8, 12, 20, 24. We can do them as much as 100 people or more. We've had them go out for 300 people. But the Dream Packs it comes with the pork, the sauce, the buns, and 3 sides. So you could do like beans, potato salad, and coleslaw. The price ends up costing you a little under $7 a person, which is an unbelievable value around here.
Well, obviously spring's right around the corner. You're looking at people on the move, going to ball games and Little League games and just being on the move. So this is a great way to come in and get a Dream Pack. And or if you got an event in the backyard, a cookout, or whatever you got going on, this is a great way to feed the gang, right?
It is. And another benefit of it is sometimes people are having rehearsal dinners and they'll have volunteers from their church that will serve. So this is a very inexpensive way to hold your costs down for your rehearsal dinner or your wedding. We do offer full service catering. The price goes up a little bit to have our whole crew out there, but you could do the value packs too and have folks from church serve it and cost you under $7 a person.
Let's squeeze in too before I let him go. Meat by the pound. So again, another event coming up that you just want to come out here and buy this great meat by the pound. You do that as well.
I do. We offer the pulled chicken. We offer brisket by the pound, pork by the pound, chicken salad by the pound. The chicken salad, kind of give us a heads up if you're going to want 4 or 5 pounds of that, because we try not to make that much of it at once.
All this on the website.
And philsdreampit.com.
Yep.
It has our catering menu. It also has our in-house menu and the value packs, and just an awesome deal.
Oh, absolutely. And of course, they're physically located right off Interstate 26, the Eastern Star exit. So Phil's Dream Pit, philsdreampit.com. The quest for perfect barbecue, one of our great sponsors here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the things that owner Tim Smith is most proud of is their hard-earned certifications.
We are an ASE Blue Seal shop, which is important because what it tells the customer is we care enough to get certified, not in one certain area of cars. You have to be certified in 8 different certifications, in 8 different tests you have to take, and you have to be updated on them yearly to make sure that you're up to date. We not only have one of those, we have 3 ASE Master Technicians here with the ratio, goes into a ratio, and we're a Blue Seal shop. So it tells you that we care about training and we care about knowing about your car. We want to help fix it right.
American Import and Auto Repair, West Market Street, Johnson City, home of the free loaner car program. Open 6 days a week. Call today, 913-3111.
Hi, I'm Rob Cole with Bays Mountain Park. There's something for everyone at Bays Mountain Park. Whether you're an outdoor enthusiast or simply looking to get away and relax, Bays Mountain Park in Kingsport, Tennessee is the perfect destination. For only $4 per vehicle, enjoy 3,500 acres of breathtaking scenery, featuring 40 miles of hiking trails, wildlife habitat, one of the Southeast's premier planetariums, and much, much more. For more information, please visit www.baysmountain.com or call us at 423-229-9447. Bays Mountain Park, one of the Tri-City's best places for learning, leisure, and recreation.
If you're catching some waves or just playing in the yard, it is important to protect yourself. You may not feel the sun's heat, but UV rays can still damage your skin even in cloudy weather. Blue Lizard Sunscreen, recommended by pharmacists and dermatologists nationwide. Our SPF 30-plus formulations use only the highest quality ingredients for broad spectrum protection. As a reminder to protect yourself, our bottle turns blue when UV light is present. Blue Lizard, we've got you covered.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
Back with the Tom Doe Sports Show. Look right there. Look at that handsome rascal. Dr. Barry Walton from Max Medicine Mart. Good morning, my good friend. How are you?
I'm doing well, Tom Taylor. How you doing this morning?
Well, I'm doing great. Becky's already told me her bracket got blown completely to smithereens, and so I think most of us had our brackets blown to smithereens. Who would have thunk? Well, we had 4 upsets yesterday. North Carolina gets to be about 21. Holy smokes, they got it handed to them. So, of course, Tennessee goes out. Hello, Jeff Wallen. Thank you for watching, my friend. So, let's run them down. Get your humble. Well, first off, your humble opinion about where we are to this point in the March Madness. Has been crazy, hasn't it?
It has been, and it's I like a year like this every now and then, where the underdogs seem to come up and bite the big boys. It kind of keeps you humble, and that's a good thing. It certainly is made for a very interesting tournament. I think everybody now knows, now that we're down to the Sweet 16, that you're going to have to get out there and play ball. You can't just mail it in. And it looks like some of these teams just didn't have energy. You looked at UVA the other night. They couldn't get things going. North Carolina, like you said, Auburn yesterday.
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
Michigan State.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I had my final 2 was Virginia and Michigan State, so they don't even make the Sweet 16.
No. It's really interesting, and so I want to say hello to a couple of folks before we get any further into the show. We appreciate folks liking and sharing. David Roop, Chris Dixon, Kimberly Buck, hello to you kids. Bill Patrick, Kathy Sparks in Johnson City, James Horn, Chad Fletcher, Eric Kane, Lenny Haynes, some of the folks watching the show. Appreciate that very much. And again, what a neat kid this Dylan Hodge. Mike's Medicine Mart sponsors him at the track, and we were talking off air that 15 years old, he's going to get in with the big boys, and he said, bring it on. And I really, he looks humble. He is humble. He does not look like a driver. I know what I'm looking for when I see a driver, but I watched him up there Saturday. He can drive a race car. He may not look it. He looks like a little guy that's 15 years old, and but don't let that fool you. When he gets out there, he's got the heart of a lion. So I think you got your name on a good car. This kid's a good kid.
He is a good kid. I've known the family for pretty much forever, so that's how I got in on that. But he does a great job. I guess when you're thinking about a race car driver, you at least think of someone that might shave. So he's got that baby face, and not exactly like you said, not exactly what you would think a race car driver would look like. But it matters, what happens on the track, and
absolutely,
he's done very well. We've been very proud of him.
The East Regional coming up on Friday. Let's do the Thursdays first. Chronologically, the South Regional we have on Thursday in Atlanta. Should be a home game for Kentucky. The Wildcats, say what you want. They're going as the number 5 seed in the South. Pay attention. They're playing some really good basketball. They're 26-10. Kansas State's their opponent, 24-11. Other side of the bracket is 2 upstarts, Nevada at 29-7, and Loyola of Chicago. The team knocked out Tennessee at 30-5. How do you like those games?
I think Kentucky will do it. I think Loyola will do it also, and then I think Kentucky will end up taking the prize out of that region.
Okay. On the other Thursday set, we'll be playing in L.A., the Staples Center. This will be the West Regional. The Seminoles of Florida State at 22-11 against Gonzaga, 32-4. Texas A&M at 22-12, taking on Michigan at 30-7. I took Gonzaga to get to the Final Four. I don't know if they're farther along, I guess, than a lot of folks thought, but they got Florida State and then Texas A&M and Michigan on the other side of that bracket. How do you like those games?
I'm like you. I had Gonzaga going to the Final Four, so I'm going to stay with them. If Texas A&M can play like they did against North Carolina, they'll beat anybody. But Michigan creates a problem. I think I'll have to go. No, I'm not going to. Texas A&M. I can't go with the Big Ten. I just can't do it. Even though I had Michigan State in there in my original final, but see where that got me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go with Texas A&M. Stay with the SEC, and hopefully they can do it. And then I will say Gonzaga to win that region.
With all the upsets, again, we see on the screen, we're talking to Dr. Barry Walton from Mike's Medicine Mart. With all the upsets, is it a fluke, or is it a sign there's parity in college basketball more than folks realize?
I think it's a little bit of parity and a little bit of teams that are offensively challenged and relied on defense through the years. And when a team gets hot and starts hitting 3-pointers, that's a great equalizer. When a team gets hot, it's I've heard people talk here today about how you could just feel it when UMBC was playing Virginia. You could just one team had energy and the other team didn't, and the further the game goes, the more that got exaggerated, and that's how you get those 20-point losses. And really, in some ways, you'd rather lose like that than you would like Tennessee lost on a last-second shot, and theirs hits the rim and bounces about 4 times and drops through, and then ours hits the rim but doesn't go in. So it's it's just one of those things. It's a lot more painful when you're a lot closer.
Midwest Regional on Friday in Omaha, you'll have Kansas 29-7 against Clemson 25-9. Duke, keep an eye on the Blue Devils. There they go again. Duke at 28-7 against Syracuse 23-13. Kansas, Clemson, Duke, Syracuse. Who do you like?
I was really impressed by Syracuse against Michigan State. They did a really good job. I don't know. I'm conflicted. I thought going into this, I thought Kansas was the worst number 1 seed in the brackets. In fact, I think I talked about that at Phil's Dream Pit when we last spoke. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking the way Clemson played, they looked pretty darn awesome. I'm going to go Clemson in an upset, and I think it might be an all-ACC final out there. Duke very well could do it as well. And then we'll probably put the Dukies in the Final Four.
East Regional coming up on Friday at the TD Garden in Boston. Villanova 32-4 against the Mountaineers of West Virginia, who just put a butt whooping on my Thundering Herd. Woo! But hey, they're a good basketball team. Marshall went farther than I thought. First tournament in 31 years, but they got it handed to them. So congratulations to West Virginia. I'm one of these guys, if you get beat, I got to give you props.
Absolutely.
And you beat us. You beat us by 23 points. West Virginia's a better team. You only get one night to prove it, and so last night West Virginia was a better team, and they move on, and Marshall goes back to Huntington with a good season. Purdue at 30-6 on the other side of that bracket against the Red Raiders of Texas Tech. 26-9. It's interesting to look at the Big 12 that's typically known as a football conference, and yet you've got Texas Tech, you've got Kansas, somebody else, Kansas State. I have to check. I know there's 3 of those in the Sweet 16. Does anybody else let me think here? No, but still 3 that it's kind of not known for their basketball. But anyway, your take on those 2 games, Villanova, West Virginia, Purdue, and Texas Tech?
I'm going to go with Villanova, and I'm going to go. Texas Tech has really surprised me.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go with Texas Tech, but I think Villanova is going to be in the Final Four.
Hello, Chris Dixon watching the show, and also Dylan Hodge on his way back to school. He's watching the show. Thank you, Dylan. The other team that I picked early on that was going to make some noise, and every now and then a hog will find an acorn, I guess. I picked Purdue to go deep, and here they are in the Sweet 16. So I had them and Gonzaga in Kentucky, so going deep into the tournament.
And I would go with Purdue if their big man hadn't done his elbow. So the other guy plays some good defense. He's a little bit offensively challenged. I think eventually that will catch up with him, but Purdue's a good team.
Defense will win you championships, and offense gets people excited, right?
Well, in basketball you still have to score.
Mm-hmm.
So I think defense can keep you from losing a championship, but you still have to be able to put the ball in the hole. So it truly is probably one of the most complementary games, basketball versus football. Now, in football, I'll agree with you. Defense wins championships because if you can't score against the other team, you're not going to win. But in basketball, it's a little bit more even. I think there's things to be said for the teams that can run and gun, and there's things to be said for the teams that can pack in a zone and maybe throw out some guys out there occasionally to shut down some three-point shots. So it's been an interesting tournament.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of college football, and we'll get into matters at hand here at Mike's Medicine Mart. April the 21st, circle the calendar if you're an Alabama fan or a Tennessee fan. That's when they start practice, and I keep saying this, and I have nothing to base it on except he's got some great stops on his resume. Jeremy Pruitt, give him a chance. This guy's making some noise. He's behind the scenes, and he realizes running backs are thin. He's only got, I think, 6 offensive linemen. Trey Smith's not coming back. He's got a medical situation that he won't even be spring practice. The big kid, huge kid. So McKenzie kid quit school. Got a couple of situations down there kind of, what are you thinking? But anyway, offensive line is thin, running back's thin, quarterback, they bring in a kid from Stanford, bringing that running back graduate transfer, Madre London from Michigan State. So, he's putting the pieces together, and, he's learned from a pretty good guy named Saban how to build a team from the ground up, right?
He has, and, I told you when this thing first dropped that Pruitt was going to be the coach. I said there'll be a culture change down in Knoxville, and I think part of these, you're seeing these kids quit, seeing different things happening down there. Some of these kids, and I will say there's a lot of great kids out there. And you notice the majority of them are still with the program. But every now and then, you get these kids that have this entitlement mentality, and of course they've been spoiled all through their lives. They've always been the best team, the best player on the teams growing up. So it takes a little bit of adjustment when you get to college and find out, gee, there's some other kids out here that are as good as I am, and some of them are even better. So and I know about that firsthand. When I was playing at Dobbins Bennett back in the 70s, I was one of the fastest guys on our team. Went down to Middle Tennessee State, and this was when they were coming off a winless season. So they weren't they weren't Middle Tennessee State like they are now. I went and ran about a 17-yard curl, caught the ball, and cut it upfield, and thought I was home free, and I got chased down by a linebacker. So that really opens up your eyes when you have a linebacker that can run a 4.40, and you were running 4.45s. It's a whole new world, and folks that haven't experienced it, it's a very humbling thing. So it's that's I think what Tennessee's going to find out is that if they put in the work, they've got a coach now that is interested in building championships and not champions of life. So I think that's a good turn for the program. And I can almost guarantee you that Coach Fulmer would not have signed off on anything from Alabama had he not believed it would not help Tennessee. The Tennessee, the Fulmer-Alabama relationship goes back a long ways, back to when he was recruited, because those were his two teams he came down to was Alabama. Of course, he lived down in Winchester, right on the border, so he came down to Tennessee or Alabama. He chose Tennessee. And I know Vol fans are very thankful for that. Got a national championship out of that deal, so that's a good thing. Now he's found somebody that he thinks can take him back there. And, of course, this was his first major hire, and I think from what I know of Pruitt, I think he's hit a home run. Time will tell.
It all starts on April the 21st, spring practice at both Tennessee and Alabama. Of course, Barry's a big roll tide kind of guy, so there's several other teams. I think Georgia starts then too. LSU, and I think there's 4 of them. Yeah, that's it. Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee, and LSU starts their practice on April the 21st. Hello to Kim Witherspoon watching the show again. Be sure and like, comment, or share. We got 5 lucky winners today by the end of the show, and we want to make sure you're a winner. So winner chicken dinner. Be sure and like, comment, or share, and Becky will pick 5 winners out of the bucket. And we got 5 winners today to win some cool food from Good Food Grocery here at Max Meadows Mart. We are broadcasting live on this Monday. We do have Elizabethton baseball scheduled. We got storms coming, they were telling us this afternoon, although outside right now it's a beautiful, let's see, first day of spring is Wednesday, so it's a late winter, beautiful day. And so we hope that'll hold off till we get this good ball game in later on this afternoon. 4:30 airtime, 5 o'clock first pitch, Elizabethton and Sullivan East, brought to you by Chick-fil-A of Elizabethton. So we'll be at Twin Stadium in Elizabethton to bring you that ball game. All right, so here we go. We've got some new products. Before we get to that, I want you to talk. We're winding things down here. The Now vitamins and supplements are 20% off, as are the Irwin Naturals. Let's start with the Now vitamins. 20% off at Max Meadows Mart. Tell me about it.
Right, and Now has just a truckload of great products, not just the traditional Now line, but they've also got the sports line, so that's always a good thing for folks that are trying to work out or already are working out and need help recovering. They've got some amino acid products over there that can do a great job, 20% off. If you're having respiratory issues, they've got some slippery elm over there. They've got some NAC, which is the N-acetylcysteine, which is good for respiration, and also an expectorant. If you're having any chest congestion, and we're seeing people, even though the flu has kind of died down a little bit, we're still seeing people come in with respiratory infections. So that's something that you might want to take care of as well. If you don't like taking guaifenesin or the Mucinex type products, and that's something that we can do as well, help you out with that. And of course the crew that we have over there in the Good Food Grocery, of course William is their mentor over there, so he's done a really great job as far as getting all the products in stock. And now it's just they have a great line of almost everything you could imagine. In fact, they're one of the ones that I take personally. I don't take a lot of medications or supplements, but I do take vitamin D, and the one I take is by Now. So 20% off. This is the time to buy it.
You got it, 20% off. There are no limits. You come in today. There's no coupons. There's no minimums. You come in 20% off now. Come back in here in 2 hours and do it again. It's 20% off. And so folks take advantage of it. There'll be a new supplement coming out when we start in April in a couple of weeks. So the Now product line, Irwin Naturals. Those supplements, too, are 20% off this month. And tell us about the Irwin Naturals at Max Meadows Mart.
We don't have as many products in the Irwin line as we do with the Now products. But again, a quality company, got great herbal supplements, so it's a great deal as well. 20% off. Anytime you get 20% off, you're doing more than just saving tax, so that's a good thing. Mm-hmm. So we encourage folks to come in, check these things out. And if you have any questions, if you are buying another line of products and would like to try one of these and to see if Irwin or Now carries what you've been taking in another supplement, ask us about it. It might save you some money, and we'll certainly work with you like that. We like to help we like to help them stretch their dollars.
There you go. Now we'll come in from behind the camera and tell you this big this big candle right here. It's called Keepers of the Light. It's $22, but it's discounted. You want to hold it? It's lemon butter pound cake. That is 25% off right now. The Keeper of the Light candles. We got that one. You've also got, Becky said to be sure, and this one's called the Crumb. Oh, yeah, crumb coffee cake. Ooh, that really smells good.
Yeah, so does this one. I don't want to give it back. Can I keep both of them?
Sure. So I drop one of them. So crumb coffee cake and lemon pound butter.
I'm done for the day, Tom. Thank you. Yeah, this is pretty good stuff.
His sniffer's getting all kinds of good sniffer
Yeah,
stuff.
that's some good stuff.
Yep, and so those are 25% off. The Keeper Light candles here again at Max Medicine Mart.
And these will last you a good long time. They're I don't know how big these things are, but they're a pretty darn large candle. So that'll last you for quite a while.
Be well worth the 25% off.
Oh, absolutely.
As you said, when you get 25% off, you're doing more than just saving on taxes. You're cutting into the
meat,
price.
baby. That's
You're
right.
cutting into the meat. Here's another one. This is a brand new line. There's always bringing in new products. This is soy and pet friendly candles. These are called the Tried and True candles. They start at $6.49 for a 4-ounce candle.
This right here is vanilla bean, which is one of my favorites. I love vanilla, so that's one of the things that has gone very well. I had somebody come in here the other day and said, you need to get one of those vanilla candles. They're really good. So I can see what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm. This one's, let you hold this one. This one's lavender vanilla.
Lavender vanilla.
Mm-hmm.
Very calming.
Thank you.
You can.
I thought you were talking about me. You're talking about the candle, very calming. Okay.
Oh, you're very calming too, Tom.
Yeah.
You got that.
I'll set that one up.
You got that good, smooth voice, brother.
Oh, yeah. All right. Oh, check this one out. This one's called Sparkling Peach, a little bit bigger size.
I was going to say, this is a little bigger. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I have a peach tree in my backyard that's blooming like crazy right now.
Is it really?
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Now, can Mrs. Walton make a cobbler?
She's not much on desserts. But I tell you what now, she can flat put a good supper on you.
Can she?
Oh, my gosh.
That one on you?
Last night, she fed me very well. She takes good care of me. I have no complaints at all.
Here's a couple of more that we'll get into vaccinations. This one's called Sun-Washed Cotton for Max Medicine Mart. Also, we want to talk about the blood drive you got coming up, too, which is really neat. How about that? Is that good?
That's pretty darn good.
Yep, those are all right here. These are called Tried and True. They're brand new candles, candle line. They're soy and pet friendly. And so those are available here at Max Medicine Mart. Always bringing in new products. It's the name of the game, right?
We do. Karen has done a fantastic job through the years. And, a few years when we moved her over from being a technician in the pharmacy behind the counter to when we had a retirement take place, that we said, who should we put in that position? Her name came up, and it was one of the best decisions we've made. So I've been very pleased with what she has done. She's very conscientious. If you tell her that you need something, she'll go above and beyond to try to find it. So that's one of the things that we like, is when people come in and tell us they need something, we like to track it down for them, and then they know at the next time they're in, it'll be here ready for them.
Rob Cole from Bays Mountain Park joins us coming up. Got a brand new show at the Planetarium. Also going to be talking about the Bears. Yeah, I got a program talking about the Bears coming up, and also we'll get his take on March Madness. So I know Cole, he'll tell me his bracket's going to be shot all to pieces, but he'll make me think, oh, Taylor, well, I'm on top of it, baby. So I know I've seen it before, because how'd that bracket go for you? Oh, I'm doing good. I looked at it. There's X's all over the place. Where this team got beat, this team got beat. So it's all in the spin.
There you go.
I love this guy. Russell Stover, marshmallow eggs. Of course, 'tis the season. We're not that far away from the obvious Easter, and 12 marshmallow eggs from Russell Stover. Got that one. We've got I've never seen this before, a toasted coconut bunny rabbit from
How about
Russell
that?
Stover. How about that?
Little white bunny rabbit.
Yep. And of course, here's the traditional pecan delight.
Yeah, those are pretty good too. Usually around my house, the ears are already missing, so it just
Devil
happens.
on the ears.
I don't know how that happens.
Yeah, there you go. I'm going to swap those back.
All right.
These are some show and tell products that are available here for Easter. Then the traditional boxes of candy, Russell Stover all milk chocolates.
There you go.
We've got the millionaires. We've got the little ones over here called the Russell Stover Peach Whip Egg. So,
there you go.
And you've also got sugar-free. I know that's a big, with diabetes so prevalent here in our region, unfortunately.
Absolutely.
Sugar-free candy's big. You got it here, don't you?
We do. We've got that. We've got also a great selection of dark chocolates as well. So they have a little bit more health benefits. So folks are really interested in becoming more interested in the dark chocolate. To me, it's just a little bit more bitter. Some folks actually like that more. My wife being one of them, she likes the dark chocolate better than the milk chocolate. So it's just different strokes for different folks, but we've got them all covered.
Here's one more that's kind of out of the box, a strawberries and cream rabbit for Russell Stover candy. So we're pushing it obviously here at Max Medicine Mart. We're talking to Dr. Barry Walton, and so let's go to vaccinations. I know summer camps around the corner, folks traveling, getting passports updated, going on mission trips. I just need to get it updated anyway. So your vaccination destination is Max Medicine Mart, and Is it still? Can we still get the flu shot? Do we need to get the flu shot?
You can still get the flu shot. We still have a couple of months left in the flu season, so that's something that you can still get. But it is winding down, of course. Pneumonia is something that we do year-round, so those are kicking in now. We're seeing more, percentage-wise, more pneumonias than flu. And there's a couple of different pneumonia shots, so you come in and tell us your situation, we'll tell you which one you need. We've also got the new shingles vaccine, Shingrix, which is huge. It's a huge improvement over what we had before. The original shingles vaccine was Zostavax, and it's good. About after 4 years, about 50% effectiveness rate, which is better than nothing. But now with the Shingrix, it's a 2-shot series, and after 4 years, it's still over 90% effective. So that's a huge improvement on that. We've also got, you're talking about the mission trips, the Tdap is something that folks usually get with that. That's the tetanus, diphtheria, and whooping cough or acellular pertussis. So they need to make sure that if you're going on a mission trip and your tetanus shot's not up to date, you might as well go ahead and get the one that has the whooping cough in there as well, the Tdap. And also, if you're a parent or a grandparent, you need to get that as well, especially if your son or daughter are expecting. You want to make sure that you have that on board a couple of weeks before the child is born so that you don't bring that whooping cough onto the child, because it can really be devastating. We've also got the hepatitis vaccines, A and B. We can do them individually or we can do them together. That's a series on both. A is a 2-shot series, B is a 3-shot series, and the AB together combined called Twinrix is also a 3-shot series. So you can get a little bit better bang for the buck doing the Twinrix and taking care of A and B. And of course, we've got all sorts of different vaccines as well for those special trips. We do a lot of typhoid vaccines here, both the shot and the oral vaccine as well. So all sorts of different things. Basically, if you have a vaccine need, we want you to check with us. We want to be your vaccination destination. So if you have a need for a vaccine, just like some of the big companies around here, when they've got some folks going overseas and need a special type of vaccine, they know who to call. They call us. Even if we don't have a contract to do their medical or prescription services for them, they'll still call us because they know that we have access to a lot of these vaccines and we'll take care of their patients. So that's what we do like to do here. We are basically a people organization, and we like to take care of people. That's why we're here.
Absolutely. Doing well. Again, located on Center Street right down from Dobbins Bennett. Hello to Steve McCauley from the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. I have him on the show coming up on Wednesday. One of our great sponsors of Elizabethton Baseball. Cyclones today. Think we can get this in, big guy? 5 o'clock first pitch?
It looks really good right now.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, we're in East Tennessee, so there's no telling.
It looks good now. It could be snowing by 7 o'clock.
Well,
Hope not, but it's just that.
What is it, Wednesday, the first day of spring, and there's snow in the forecast.
Yep.
So.
Hello to Greg JoJo Bradley, longtime official, watches the show every day. We appreciate that. Kathy Dingus shared the show. I bet she wants to win something, and we've got some great prizes here to give away. We got some Amish country popcorn. We'll talk about that in a second, but I do want, before we run out of time here, the blood drive coming up on April the 13th right here. This is neat. You're actually going to donate live on Facebook. That's going to be interesting. That's going to be a blood drive Friday the 13th here at Mike's Medicine Mart, partnering with Marsh Regional Blood Center. Tell me about that.
I have never passed out in my life, Tom. I'm hoping that trend continues. So it's a very good thing. The area always needs blood. Different things. If anybody's ever been in a car wreck and have needed blood, you know how critical that can be. It can make the difference between life and death. And this is something that we've never done before. We've never had a blood drive here at Max. But we wanted to step up to the plate and help the folks over at Marsh Blood Center. So we're very excited. They're going to have their mobile unit over here, and we're going to see how much blood we can raise for them and get that in the system so that folks that do have medical emergencies, we have folks that have to have surgeries and they will need blood. So we can maybe step up and fill in that gap, and some of those will be our patients. So we want to make sure that we do what we can to help our patients along, and this is just one of the ways that we can do that and help contribute to our community. We're very big in supporting our community, and this is one of the ways that we can do that. Very excited about Marsh Blood Unit coming by.
Absolutely. Last thing, and we'll let you go. I know you get back there, waiting on you to get back there and fill some prescriptions, but lots of pharmacies out there. In your humble opinion, what do you feel like separates Max Medicine Mart from the competition?
We're a little bit more diverse. We have not only a pharmacy here, but we do compounding, and that's one of the things I need to get back and start doing here in a little bit, and I will. But we've also got basically a health food store inside of Max Medicine Mart with Good Food Grocery. We've got things that other folks don't have. We're big on some of the CBD products. We've actually done a little talk on that, so that's one of the good things that we've got that a lot of folks don't have and don't understand, so we answer a lot of questions on that as well. Medical equipment, we're a full-line DME or durable medical equipment provider, so if you need anything from a brace for an ankle all the way up to a hospital bed and anything in between, a scooter. I know my mother has a neighbor 90 years young, and she had a scooter, or no, a walker with a seat on it, but the problem was it was too heavy, and she couldn't get it to go in the car very easily. So she said, she asked me, Barry, do you all have a lightweight walker? Well, we have one that's 12.5 pounds. That's lighter than most bowling balls, and you can actually collapse it just by pulling a handle. Basically, it's a little strap, actually, like a leather strap. You just pull that up, and it collapses so that you can just put it in your back seat. You can put it in the trunk, whatever you need to do, but it's a heck of a lot easier than the one she had. So she called me this morning, as a matter of fact, to let me know that she was tickled that she got not only she got the color she wanted, but it's very functional for her, easier to get inside and outside of the bathroom, for instance. Things you don't really think about sometimes when you think about a walker. You think about maybe going out to the store or something, and for long trips, but just getting around in the house sometimes you need a walker that would fit through the door of your bathroom. So that's a very important thing. This one did that, so she was pleased, and of course that makes me pleased as well. Like I said, we love helping people, and this was just one of the examples. And of course, one of the other things that we have, I think that most pharmacies don't have, is during the course of a day we'll have 2, 3, 4 pharmacists here. So you're not just relying on one person. We have a good team here. And if one person is tied up doing something, then somebody else can step up and answer your questions, can give you the vaccine, can fill your prescriptions, and it doesn't keep people waiting. So we're very conscientious of people's wait time. We want to be respectful of their time just like they're respectful of ours. We also have a 2-window drive-through, which makes it easy for folks to come through and get in and out quickly. And if they don't feel well, we don't want them in the store, so that helps as well. So and we also have a full refrigeration unit, a full freezer unit. So we've got a great selection, probably one of the best selections in town of probiotics, for instance, in the refrigerated section. We also have room temperature stable probiotics, but some of the best probiotics that we have need to be refrigerated. So if you don't have that kind of a capability, then you're not going to be able to help those people. So that's one of the other things that we have here. So there are a lot of good folks out there doing a lot of the same things that we're doing, but I don't think anybody does all the same things we're doing. So we're very pleased about that, and we always looking for extending our services to places that people need. That's where the idea for the blood drive came from, just trying to step up and fill a void that you don't see the Marsh Blood Bank mobile coming by just everywhere, but they'll be at Max Medicine Mart in April.
April 13th. Good job. Social media, website, it's all there. And again, we appreciate it very much. I know you get back in here, and Rob's waiting in the wings, so we'll get William on coming up here, and before the show's over, get a little double dose. And we love coming to Max Medicine Mart. We have a blast when we come here. It's a cool place.
Yeah, I think Rob, I think their program has like the Milky Way and Orion and stuff like that. And that's one of the few constellations that I know, Orion, because it's got those 3 stars right across the belt.
Right across the belt.
There you go. So
that's the best thing to do. That and the Big Dipper. After that, I'm out.
I thought you were the Big Dipper, Tom. Oh, I'm sorry. That wasn't nice.
On that note,
I want to thank you very much for being here.
Yeah.
We always appreciate you coming in.
Love coming. Quick break. We'll be right back. We're live again at Max Medicine Mart, show number 711 of the Tom Douglas Sports Show. Here's a break from our good friends at Chick-fil-A.
Welcome to the Mini Morning News Show, where we are so excited about Chick-fil-A's Chicken Minis for breakfast that we've minified the news.
In real estate news, tiny homes for those who like everything within arm's reach.
In culinary news, micro food, because, small plates.
In entertainment news, this year it's all about the mini series.
In pop culture news, mini everything.
Because, aw. All right, thanks for listening. Now go put some mini in your morning with the chicken you love for breakfast. Chick-fil-A's Chicken Minis until 10:30 a.m.
This is Andrew McKeon, president of Carter County Bank. Carter County is blessed with amazing characteristics: natural beauty, caring people, and locally owned small businesses all make our community one of the best places in America to live. Remember to support Carter County small businesses with your purchases, because for every $100 you spend at a Carter County owned business, $45 stays here to create local jobs and support our schools. When you spend $100 at a national chain store, only $14 remains in our community. So no matter where you roam, hurry back home. Let's pull together to support local business and make our community even better.
Hi, I'm Rob Cole with Bays Mountain Park. There's something for everyone at Bays Mountain Park. Whether you're an outdoor enthusiast or simply looking to get away and relax, Bays Mountain Park in Kingsport, Tennessee is the perfect destination. For only $4 per vehicle, enjoy 3,500 acres of breathtaking scenery, featuring 40 miles of hiking trails, wildlife habitats, one of the Southeast's premier planetariums, and much, much more. For more information, please visit www.baysmountain.com or call us at 423-229-9447. Bays Mountain Park, one of the Tri-City's best places for learning, leisure, and recreation.
And we're back with the Tom Douglas Sports Show. There he is, my buddy Rob Cole from Bays Mountain Park. Again, we are here at Max Medicine Mart. Be sure, as we said, to like, comment, and share the show. We got 5 lucky winners going to win some cool food here from Good Food Grocery coming up at the end of the show. We're into the hour number 2. We're live here again. I'm off camera, but got him on camera. That'll be our buddy Rob Cole from Bays Mountain Park. Good afternoon, my good friend. How are you?
Good afternoon. You know I'm not going to complain. It's Monday. It's sunny outside. Feels good.
Beautiful.
Good weekend.
Yes, good weekend, and we hope. We got some inclement weather coming, they're telling us. We had some on Saturday, but looks like got some more chance of storms this afternoon. We'll check that in a second. But, gosh, where do we start? Start basketball. March Madness. Your brackets shot all to pieces or not?
Oh, yeah. Mine are destroyed. Mine got destroyed the first evening, first day, like clockwork. It's a fun tournament so far. I love what's going on. I think it's, these kinds of storylines are fun to follow. I think it's good for the game, and I know it stinks for Virginia, North Carolina, and some other blue blood fans. Seeing some of these teams lose out. Michigan State's another one so early. It creates for some neat storylines coming up in the next weekend's round of games. I like the way the Sweet 16 is. I love the way it's taking shape. I probably, like a lot of people last night, was hoping that University of Maryland, Baltimore County would somehow beat Kansas State and keep that drum rolling, but it didn't happen. Of course, Loyola of Chicago did what they did to Tennessee, and that's to see the little guy, so to speak, rise up so strong in this tournament is. It's been a lot of fun to watch. I think we all agree it's fun to pull for the underdog. Even when they beat your team, it doesn't feel so bad. You like to see these guys succeed. They have half the budget, or not even maybe half in most cases. Players that were an afterthought, picked over, got chips on their shoulder, something to prove, and they just want to be, they're not just glad to be on that stage, and I think you've seen that this weekend. They got some pride.
They want to compete. They want to make some noise, make a difference.
Yeah.
Let's break them down. South Regional on Thursday in Atlanta. Kansas State, look out, here comes Kentucky. Kansas State 24-11, Kentucky 26-10. The other bracket, Nevada, surprise team, 29-7. Loyola Chicago, the team knocked out the Tennessee Volunteers. Kansas State, Kentucky, Nevada, Loyola. Who do you like there?
I like Kentucky personally. They've been playing great ball here at the end of the season. After they hit that 4-game losing streak mid-season, I think they kind of found themselves a little bit, kind of discovered that they're going to have some gains. They're going to have to give up some things, and their players seem to do that. It seemed like they bought in. They're playing better defense. It's not necessarily that their offense is that good, although they've got some nice improvement obviously in their offensive game. But man, their defense has been locked down. And this time of year, that's where it's at. I mean, you look at the scores in the tournament games. When you look at those things, and you see right away where the games are being won. Texas A&M's a surprise to me the way they beat North Carolina. But
like a drum.
But we've not seen a lot of those high-scoring games in this tournament, and I like that. We're seeing a defensive identity come through. really good offensive teams, those who are coached well, those who move the ball, spread the floor, space appropriately, those are the ones having success. And I like that. It's old school basketball. Butler's another one I was pulling for, but I like Kentucky out of that region.
Out of the West Regional on Thursday, the Staples Center in Los Angeles, Florida State, the Seminoles 22-11, Gonzaga 32-4. The other side of the bracket, the Aggies of Texas A&M at 22-12, and Michigan at 30-7. Who do you like in those?
I like Gonzaga. Yeah, I think Gonzaga, they're deep, they're tough, they're long, they shoot well, they hit their free throws. That's just another well-coached Mart Few team, and I look for them to go out of that region.
Then you have Texas A&M and Michigan, the Aggies and the Wolverines.
It's hard not to pull for A&M right now.
They're hot.
Boy, I mean, that same North Carolina team looked pretty doggone good coming down the stretch. I mean, they didn't play their best basketball, but they looked pretty good, and A&M made them look pretty. But, that A&M team underachieved for the most part during the regular season, and I think people tend to forget that. They look at the record and think that shouldn't be the case. A&M's got some talented players. They've also got some length, and, I like A&M.
We're talking to Rob Cole. You see on the screen from Bays Mountain Park. We got some big news coming up out of the park. We'll talk about that in a second. On Friday, the Midwest Regional, Kansas and Clemson, Duke and Syracuse. Who do you like in those two games being played in Omaha?
Wow. After watching Clemson just absolutely dismantle Auburn yesterday, I mean, that was just brutal. I don't know. Toss up for me. I don't know. That one's tough. That one's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Everybody knows about Kansas, and I think they're a little bit better team with, I think D'Souza is his name. They've been playing good ball, obviously. I'll go Kansas.
Taking Kansas, and then Duke and Syracuse.
I think this is where it ends for Syracuse. I think Duke's just too deep, too talented.
The other bracket we've got, the other regional out of the East, Villanova, they'll play these Friday in Boston. Villanova, West Virginia, Purdue, Texas Tech. Villanova, West Virginia.
Man, I think that whole thing's Villanova's. Man, they're explosive. They play great defense. I think that, just my opinion. West Virginia is a tough-nosed team, and Bob Huggins is going to have them ready to play, no doubt. But I don't know. I like Villanova all the way in that one.
On the other side, as we said, it will be Purdue and Texas Tech.
Yeah, I like Texas Tech. They're rolling right now. Purdue's a good team, but without their center who fractured his elbow, I think they're a different ball club. I think they're vulnerable.
Let's switch gears, talk for a second of baseball. Again, a young man locally from Virginia High up in Bristol. Justin Grimm got let go by the Cubs last week. He signed yesterday a one-year, $1.25 million deal with the Kansas City Royals. He struggled last year, but again, hoping for bigger things this year, so they release him. Took him about 2 days, and the Royals picked him up for $1.25 million. So great to see a youngster from our neck of the woods, former Virginia High star, Justin Grimm, getting a new home for the Royals.
Yeah, no doubt. Love to pull for our local kids. He and Daniel Norris, and I think maybe a couple of others in different sports, advancing and showing we've got it here, and it's a lot of fun. It's easy to pull for these kids, isn't it? Look at what McClung is doing now. I'm anxious to see what he does on the next level. We should be proud of our athletes in this area. We've got some good ones.
Daniel Kilgore gets traded from the San Francisco 49ers in the National Football League to the Miami Dolphins, which I think from everything I could read, he's pretty excited about the opportunity to go to the Dolphins, which is a team that's obviously got rid of a boy named Sue. They're making some changes to rebuild that franchise.
Yeah, I think they're retooled in a nice way. And, I think he's going to be happy down there. Heck, at least, one thing about it, if you can't be happy with the team, you got to be happy with the weather down there.
There you go. Well, let's go ahead and get it over with. Your Cardinals, he's getting ready to tell me how bad they are, and they're terrible, and it's going to be a long year, and blah, 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 blah. So we've heard this sales pitch before, but go ahead, tell me how bad you think the Cardinals are going to be.
Tried to tell you last year, and sure enough, we came up a game short of the postseason. And, there's just a lot of what-ifs with this team. We've got a starting rotation that's relying on some guys and Wainwright and Nicholas that are a little bit of an unknown right now. How much more can Wainwright give you? And then if he can't give you what you need, will he go to the bullpen? Will he do that? And my guess is yes. He started there. He's proven to be the ultimate team player. But he's looked good so far in spring training, so obviously that's not a concern at the moment. But what's his durability? How as the wear and tear of the season begins to grind on him, what happens? Mikolas, coming over from Japan, it's a different league. This is a different quality of hitter. He's put together 2 really nice back-to-back spring outings. I'm not saying this team can't contend for the postseason. Obviously, they're going to try. They made a nice pickup in getting Ozuna for the outfield, and that's a big pickup. But then, who's your closer? You still don't have that decided. Bullpen's done pretty good for the most part this spring, and we'll have to see how it goes. I still think we're a slightly above 500 team as we stand here today. Of course, you and I know that the end of the season isn't determined by your roster today. It's determined by your roster pretty much July 31st, August 1st, thereabouts, and that's where the rubber meets the road. Are you going to be a buyer or are you going to be a seller? I hope we're buyers.
We've got Cyclone baseball this afternoon. Speaking of the bat and ball, will be 4:30 airtime, 5 o'clock first pitch. It'll be Elizabethton and Sullivan East from Twin Stadium in Betsy, brought to you by Chick-fil-A of Elizabethton and some other great sponsors. We're talking to Rob Cole from Bays Mountain Park. Spring has sprung up on the mountain. Flowers are blooming. It's starting to green up, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. We're starting to see finally some early signs of spring. Seeing just ever so slightly a little bit of green start to pop up. Obviously easier to see in the lower lying areas right now, but as we go along, things get warmer and the season gets longer, we'll see much more of that up on the mountain too, and so it's exciting to see. We get weather like we've got today, and it's hard not to look forward with anticipation. People out at the park this morning, out and about, enjoying themselves, hitting the trails, mountain biking. This is what we live for. This is our time.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, we enjoy it.
There's an article in the paper about geocaching. There's an article in the paper about the Bears. You're teaming up with the YMCA, and also an article about the new programs at the planetarium. So take off and go whichever one you want to talk about.
We've got some great things happening in the park, and first of all, I want to say a big shout out to our marketing specialist, Alex Hayes. When she sends out these press releases, when she talks to the media on our behalf, I mean, she's doing a fantastic job. But also, it's nice to have the area support of the media around us. I mean, they've been truly good to us, and so to see those kinds of things in the paper is just really a lot of fun to be able to share what we're doing. And it's very much a we thing. We've got a team full of naturalists and planetarium experts. Our astronomy staff, no doubt, is they're. I'm glad to have dreamers. I'm glad to have guys that look forward to putting it down on paper and then making it come to life on the dome. And of course, that with the help of our exhibit staff, maintenance guys who enjoy what they do, and they too look forward to this time of year. We've got a lot of stuff going on. The partnership with the YMCA on a couple of outdoor-related programs. That's a first time we partnered with the Y on that kind of programming. So that's a lot of fun. Bears are obviously a big topic right now, but that series is going to be more than just about bears. It'll also be about getting out in the outdoors, hiking, water safety, for example, canoe kayaking, that kind of thing. So it'll be a little bit deeper than just bears, but obviously this time of year, as we begin to see an increase in bear activity, that certainly comes to mind. Our planetarium staff, how do you not enjoy what they're doing? We've got one that's not an original new program out there. That's our main feature, Tuesday through Friday at 4, and then again on the weekends at 1 and 4, and then one that we did create, Part of the Sky called Orion, at 2 o'clock on Saturdays and Sundays, and of course geocaching. I don't think a lot of people realize we've got over 30 geocaches located at Bays Mountain Park. So this whole series of programming is designed to specifically get folks familiar with geocaching, how to do it and do it safely, and then take them to those next levels and enjoy things even in the park. Like I said, 30 plus geocaches. I can tell you they're not all located around the nature center. You're going to have to go on some hikes, and we enjoy that. It's a great way to encourage people to get outdoors, enjoy, have a little fun, and this is technology, right? These days we all seem literally attached to it. Can't do anything without it. This is another opportunity to kind of use that technology in a way that gets people back outdoors, not sitting on the couch and putting on the pounds like I am.
Well, hello to April Lawson who's watching, and Rob Fritz and Elizabeth. And again, be sure, as we told you, to like and comment or share your chance to win. Got 5 lucky winners today. And again, last question, website, what is it? And once we get there, what can we find on Bays Mountain Park?
Yeah, just go to www.baysmountain.com, and when you get there, hopefully you're going to find all the information you need to pre-plan your visit, from our operating hours all the way up to what programs you can see, fees. Of course, you can also purchase an annual membership on that same website. Of course, you and I have talked about that a lot. Great deal. $35 for a family year-round. Get you free entry into the park, plus your program tickets for that day's visit. But we also have some other things there on the website you might find interesting. We always post a few pictures. We've got a photo gallery, and a little information on upcoming planetarium shows. If you dive deep enough into our planetarium tab, you'll see those. And again, it's an exciting time for us. We've got a great staff. They're looking forward to the future very much so with what's happening, some of the updates we're making. And we're going to keep the beat rolling and see if we can't have as much fun this warm season as we have in years past.
There you go. Great job, my friend. Get you back on real soon. Appreciate you. Thanks for sponsoring the show, by the way. You guys have been with me since day one, and I appreciate that. We're on show number 711 today, so thank you.
Keep it rolling, Big T.
Keep it rolling, baby. Keep the train on the track. Keep it rolling. Our buddy Rob Cole from Bays Mountain Park, and appreciate him very much. Again, we're here live again at Max Medicine Mart in Kingsport. Again, we appreciate him very much stopping by. We've got Josh Lawson joining us coming up here in just a few minutes. Let's bring you up to speed on what's going on again with NASCAR from yesterday. Martin Truex Jr. Driving. I'll give you a buzz. We need to break bread, brother. It's time. It's time to break bread. I'll holler at you. Martin Truex Jr. drove again yesterday, drove the wheels off of it as he wins his first at Fontana. Excuse me, his 16th of his career in terms of racing victories. He won it yesterday in Fontana. Now look here, right in the middle of the show, I get a frog. Excuse me, there we go. I apologize for that. Martin Truex Jr., Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch, Brad Keselowski, and Joey Logano 1 through 5. Again, it was his first at Fontana, the 16th of his career, dominated the race, leading 125 out of the 200 laps, did Martin Truex Jr., beating runner-up Kyle Larson by a whopping 11 seconds. And so, big win for Truex as he heads back, and they all head back to the paperclip this weekend at Martinsville Speedway. And they're coming up, we're not that far away. We're 27 days away from the Food City 500. Your chance to win tickets coming up starting this week right here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Also on Saturday, Joey Logano got his 29th career victory in the Xfinity Series, his first this year. Logano survived a late restart on lap 143 and pulled away on Saturday. He led 139 out of 150 laps. Again, he wins it, as we said, over second place finisher in that race was Justin Allgaier. Elliott Sadler finished third, so another good run for those guys. Austin Dillon ran fourth, followed by Richard Childress Racing teammate Daniel Hemrick, Cole Custer, Tyler Reddick, Matt Tiff, Ryan Preece, and Ross Chastain complete the top 10 on Saturday. Top 10 yesterday, again in California. It was Martin Truex Jr., Kyle Busch, Kyle Larson, Eric Jones, Austin Dillon, Joey Logano finishing, as we said. So Kurt Busch, Ryan Blaney, and Ryan Newman and Kevin Harvick round out the top 10. Harvick tried to win his fourth straight, could not do it. So Truex and Busch come 1-2. Kyle Larson, Eric Jones 3 and 4. Austin Dillon, Joey Logano 5 and 6. Kurt Busch and Ryan Blaney finishing 7th and 8th. And rounding out the top 10, Rocket, Ryan Newman, and Kevin Harvick in the racing yesterday again in Fontana, California. Points at this point, as they head back to Martinsville. Martin Truex Jr. with a 9-point lead over Kyle Busch. Joey Logano, Brad Keselowski, and Ryan Blaney round out the top 5 in points. Again, with Martin Truex Jr. with that win, he moves up now on the all-time wins list. Let's see, Truex goes into, I think he's tied with, his 17th win, or 16th win of the season. He's not tied. He passes Ernie Irvan. He was tied with. He is one behind Curtis Turner from the Hall of Fame and Marvin Panch, and he has 2 races now in terms of wins behind Casey Kane, Joey Logano, and Ryan Newman. All have 18 wins, and Truex Jr. picks up number 16 on the season. And that's a quick look at NASCAR from the standpoint of the Cup Series and the Xfinity Series. Trucks were off this week. They'll pick back up this week at Martinsville Speedway, so that's going to be another one to talk about a little bit later on. We will have our buddy on. Hello, Tank Morrell. Good afternoon, my friend. We will have him on tomorrow, our buddy Mike Hedrick, NASCAR fans reporter. Don't forget Elizabethton Cyclone Baseball, 4:30 airtime, 5 o'clock first pitch today. Cyclones in Sullivan East, a big game in the Watauga Athletic Conference. So I'm not the Watauga, the Three Rivers Conference, my bad. Unaka was in the Watauga Conference. The Three Rivers Conference, we played Unaka on Friday night, and won here on the internet at 7-1, almost at radio. Internet and live streaming today. Again, beginning at 4:30, 5 o'clock first pitch, brought to you by Chick-fil-A of Elizabethton, and the Sullivan East Patriots. We're hoping that the bad weather will come later. We hope it doesn't come at all, but looks like we're going to get some severe weather tonight and some rain and some high winds and possibly some hail. Temperature's going to be dropping, and there's a chance, if you can believe it, of that magic word up in the mountains tomorrow night, which would be snow. Of course, the first day of spring is Wednesday. So, quick break. We'll be right back. Chad Fletcher's watching. Hello. And again, hello, Renee, and hello, Tank. And again, be sure to like, comment, or share for your chance to win. Got 5 lucky winners coming up here in a little while. I did it wrong. Why'd I do that? 5 lucky winners coming up here in a few minutes. Josh Lawson, I just get excited talking baseball. Kingsport Mets, he'll join us coming up next. First, our dear friend from Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. Again, good food. They're closed today, back open tomorrow, Tuesday through Saturday. They're open right off of Interstate 26, the Eastern Star exit. And again, Josh Lawson puts on the cans and joins us next year. We're live at Mike's Medicine Mart on show number 711 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Back with my buddy Phil, Phil's Dream Pit again, the quest for perfect barbecue. And tell us about, big guy, tell us about the dream packs at Phil's Dream Pit.
So we offer these dream packs that we offer them in equal numbers. So like 4, 8, 12, 20, 24. I mean, we can do them as much as 100 people or more. We've had them go out for 300 people. But the dream packs are, it comes with the pork, the sauce, the buns, and 3 sides. So you could do like beans, potato salad, and coleslaw. The price ends up costing you a little under $7 a person, which is an unbelievable value around here.
Well, obviously spring's right around the corner. You're looking at people on the move, going to ball games and Little League games and just being on the move. So this is a great way to come in and get a dream pack. And or if you got an event in the backyard, a cookout, or whatever you got going on, this is a great way to feed the gang, right?
It is. And another benefit of it is sometimes people are having rehearsal dinners and they'll have volunteers from their church that will serve. So this is a very inexpensive way to hold your costs down for your rehearsal dinner or your wedding. We do offer full service catering. The price goes up a little bit to have our whole crew out there, but you could do the value packs too and have folks from church serve it and cost you under $7 a person.
Let's squeeze in too before I let him go. Meat by the pound. So again, another event coming up that you just want to come out here and buy this great meat by the pound. You do that as well.
I do. We offer the pulled chicken. We offer brisket by the pound, pork by the pound, chicken salad by the pound. The chicken salad, kind of give us a heads up if you're going to want 4 or 5 pounds of that, because we try not to make that much of it at once.
And all this on the website.
And philsdreampit.com.
Yep.
It has our catering menu. It also has our in-house menu and the value packs, and just an awesome deal.
Oh, absolutely. And of course, they're physically located right off Interstate 26, the Eastern Star exit. So Phil's Dream Pit, philsdreampit.com, the quest for perfect barbecue, one of our great sponsors here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We're back with the Tom Dolan Sports Show. We are live again at Max Medicine Mart. Appreciate the folks here. We're here every once a month. Again, Max Medicine Mart, make tracks to Max. We've had Dylan Hodge on earlier in the show, a young man who drives the Kingsport Speedway. Thought it was pretty cool. He was up there Saturday, went up and watched him taking some laps, and he was up against the track champion, Chris Van Dyke. He said, Mr. Taylor, I love when it says Mr. Taylor. He's 15 years old, kid's a freshman at Sullivan South. He said, we were up there against Mr. Van Dyke. He calls him Mr., which I thought was pretty cool. It's called respect. And he said, we were turning laps against the best. And I thought that was smart. You don't go up there and compare yourself to somebody who's not doing well.
Yeah.
You compare yourself to the champion.
Yeah, exactly.
And anyway, he was on with us earlier. Of course, we had Dr. Walton on and Rob Cole. And now look right here. Look at this rascal. Look at him. Josh Lawson's in the house of the Kingsport Mets. Good afternoon, my friend. How are you?
Good afternoon, Tom. Doing great.
Yeah. Let's talk a little baseball. Again, you were down in Florida with the Mets, the big club, in the spring training. Tell me how that went.
Yeah, they, I know their record doesn't look like much, but, spring training is it's really hard to gauge much of anything. You're looking more at personal performances, and, Syndergaard has had some really strong outings, and DeGrom's looked good ever since he's came back from injury. Some of the bats, you wonder, we got a lot of veterans on the team. They know when to push it and when not to, and they know that spring training's really long. The season's a long season. They know to kind of pace themselves, and so the only guys that I really seen kind of pushing it was some of the younger guys that are pushing for a spot. One of our former Kingsport Mets, Luis Guillorme, has really been playing his socks off, and he's got every shot at second base to start with the team in New York. So,
do you think spring training is too long?
You ask most veteran players, and they'll tell you, yeah. I know a lot of it is for the pitchers. The pitchers start out slow and kind of work their way up. It's really all who you ask. I guess who it really matters is the owners and everything, and they don't tend to think so. So, but I would like to see us start the season a little bit earlier and maybe get out of spring training after about 3 weeks.
You had a chance to hang around a guy by the name of Tim Tebow. What was that like?
Yeah, we got to see Mr. Tebow while we were down there. He's he's just a specimen. As far as athletically. He's really amazing. He struggled with his numbers and everything. I think he was 1 for 12 at the plate, which earned him a setback over to the minor league side, which was expected. The guy's only been playing professional baseball for 1 year right now, and so looks like he probably will start the season maybe in high AA, somewhere around that. And just a couple weeks ago, our GM Sandy Alderson came out and said that he expects Tebow to make his major league debut at some point in the next couple of seasons. So that's saying a lot. You don't usually give somebody that's not even been above A-ball that opportunity. But Tim, he works really hard. I watched him. He's constantly over on the backfields. Taking BP. Our coach last year, Louis Rivera, is working one-on-one with him and sees that he's making quite a bit of strides and everything. And so they put him on the major league side this year, which may have been a little bit over his head, but let him get another year in the minor leagues and kind of get used to some of the pitching in AA and AAA and see how well he does.
So you were down there. Do you think he can? I mean, I know it's going to put fannies in the seats, and that's probably one of the reasons they're talking it up, and I get that from a marketing standpoint, but just, raw baseball talent, does this guy have it?
Yeah, from a baseball standpoint, I believe he does. The guy's very athletic. He should have been an NFL quarterback, no doubt about it. And Heisman Trophy winner. That I know a lot of athletes like Michael Jordan and some of them has made the crossover to baseball and hadn't been very successful. But Tebow's really went further than most of them at this point. And I do believe by watching him and watching him in the cages and everything that he does have what it takes to make it to the big show, especially if we have some injuries, which history tells us that is the case.
Sure.
With the big league club, just like today, we found out about Jason Vargas.
Yeah, this guy just signed a free agent contract, 2-year deal, $16 million contract last month, and now he breaks his right hand in a minor league game. Timetable to come back is not sure when. Again, he was injured, got hit by a line drive, which is one of those chances you take when you're out there on the mound. Those guys hammer one back up the middle. So, yeah, one pitch and you saw that last year, the starting pitching. one pitch here, one pitch there. You got a staff decimated by injury, so it's there. It's part of the game. It's kind of the white elephant in the room, but you got to prepare for those. And so, going forward, I know you're last place in the division or in the league right now as far as spring training. Throw that aside. Phillies went out and got Jake Arrieta. Nationals have the Nationals going into the season. Solid third place team right now. The Mets are second.
I see them in second place. I know the Nationals is going to be tough, but if our pitching staff stays healthy, that's the one good thing about Vargas was if we do have a surplus at one position and it's in starting pitching. And I know it's tough. The one guy that you went to get, for insurance policy was Vargas, and he got hurt, but I think Wheeler's a lot further along than what they thought they were. Matz is a lot further along than what they thought they were. So you've got, DeGrom and Syndergaard and Harvey and all that. You've got Gesselman in the bullpen and some other guys like Lugo that can make some starts too. Plus your younger guys that are in AAA and AA. And so, that's the one good thing we do have is starting pitching. Luckily, Vargas's injury is nothing, that's going to put him out for the entire season. It was a broken hand, which, that again is tough. I'm sure it was on his pitching hand, so that can't be good. But, it's not a long-term thing. He'll be back hopefully by mid-season. And so, that's whenever you start to – if those guys stay healthy, all the starts, going with the 5-man rotation if they do, that's gonna start, weighing those guys about mid-season. And you get Vargas back that, is fresh and ready to go. Give those guys, a day or two extra rest. So, luckily, that's one thing that we do have a lot of is starting pitching. We've got some guys in the bullpen that can make some starts, and so I don't think the Mets were too worried about it. But obviously, you don't want to see anybody go down, especially somebody that you're kind of relying on like that.
We're going to Josh Lawson, the Kingsport Mets. So 2018 Kingsport Met baseball, obviously not that far away, and starts in June. Tell us what's going on now. I know you're working on lots of new promotions and re-signing folks, right?
Yeah, we was on our way back from Florida, and I told my wife April, I said, this is my favorite time of year. We actually get to go out and talk to a lot of our sponsors. We met with one this morning in Citigroup, and we're talking some things up, trying to get our nights filled, make it exciting for the fans. Brian and I's job is to create an atmosphere where people want to come out and bring their kids and enjoy a baseball game. Maybe pick up an item, a giveaway at the gate, or just enjoy all the in-between inning games. And it's kind of it's a 9-inning vacation. I think the Myrtle Beach Pelicans used that a few years ago, a 9-inning vacation, and it really is. Everybody's days and work can get so stressful and everything. We just kind of want to give people the opportunity to just kind of get away for a couple hours, 2 or 3 hours, and come out and enjoy not just a baseball game, but the atmosphere of a baseball game. I know when April and I go out to other ballparks, and it's a lot of it is about the atmosphere and just kind of sitting back and relaxing and enjoying what's going on around you and watching the in-between inning games. And I'm always guilty of looking at all the different sponsors and see who's got a presence at the ballpark and everything like that. But that's what Brian and I try to do. We strive to make a Kingsport Met game fun and exciting. And if you look at our ticket prices and what you spend to come out to a ball game, and then look at going to the movies or doing something like that, we're probably the cheapest entertainment in town. And so we try to do that. We try to partner with businesses that give people even more of an opportunity for a discounted ticket or a night out at the ballpark. And so, right now is our best time of year because I like being creative and kind of coming up with some ideas of, some theme nights and stuff like that and giveaways. So.
Oh, yeah. They can get a hold of you by doing, first off, there's a website, and how they get a hold of you.
Absolutely. You go to www.kmets.com. You can email us through there on info@kmets.com, or you can give us a call at the stadium. Brian and I is usually always there, 423-224-2626.
There you go. Get you back on real soon.
Absolutely.
What do you want to leave us with today?
I know we just got past burying Billy Graham, and just, wanted everybody to know that, Billy Graham lived a life of hope and of shining the light for other people. And, he's gone now, but I think it's time for us to pick that light up and kind of continue the mission here on,
His grandson's coming next month.
He is, Franklin.
27th,
Yeah.
28th, 29th.
Yeah.
Will Graham, Franklin's son,
Yeah.
and Billy's grandson going to be at Freedom Hall 3 days. They announced the musical lineup. Crowder's coming. Crowder pretty good.
I love Crowder. Absolutely. I know. I know some of our youth are really big on Crowder. Some are not. But yeah, I've been a big fan of David Crowder. I seen him at the Paramount in Bristol, I guess a couple years ago. And if you've not seen David Crowder, you absolutely need to get out. And he's very entertaining. But at the same time, some of his worship is just unbelievable.
I was going to see real quick. I can tell you when he's coming because I had it right here in the old satchel. Oh, goodness. He is coming. In fact, I got the whole musical lineup for the, they call it the celebration. We call it a crusade, but it's, well, you caught me here when I ain't ready to talk. Let's see here. See if it's in this stack right here. Then I'm going to get far and go. I want to get your take on the new rules about Major League, Minor League. Here we go, right here. Thank you. Friday night, the Adoration Band. Saturday, Aaron Shust.
Yeah, Aaron Schust, I believe it is.
Schust,
Yeah.
is it Schust?
Yeah.
Crowder on Saturday, that's 7 o'clock, and Sunday, Ellie Holcomb. Also locally, the Moore Brothers Band, April Taylor Barnes, and Jennifer Trent from here in Kingsport is going to be on there. So.
That's a huge lineup. That's you know, I've seen Aaron Schust before. He's came down to one of our conferences, and obviously Crowder's led worship for us a few times, and so yeah, I encourage anybody, you know, whether you're bringing youth groups, small groups, your family, you know, come out and enjoy that. That's really exciting.
Pretty good lineup.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, last thing before I let you go, again, we're talking to our buddy Josh Lawson. We're here to the top of the hour. Then we got to get scooting and get ready for a baseball game this afternoon. We hope will be played, even though the rain's coming and the storms are telling us they're coming. All right, extra innings throughout the minor leagues will start with a runner at second base. Excuse me. In addition, a 15-second pitch clock when there are no runners on base will be implemented at AAA and AA. The timer will remain 20 seconds with runners on base, the same as been since 2015. New limits on mound visits without pitching changes also be added. This is all being tried on the minor league level to see if it's going to work ultimately for the bigs. A team with no more remaining mound visits may ask the plate umpire for additional trips to deal with crossed-up pitch signals. So, again, they start, as we said, extra innings with a runner at second base. What's your take on all this?
Well, you know, we were supposed to have a meeting coming up on it. We're kind of, with being short season, we kind of get the trickle-down effect. So all of our full-season teams have already met on it. You know, I know baseball is trying their best to kind of speed the game up a little bit. I'm more of a traditionalist. You know, I like to see the whole – I know people don't understand that a lot of times when our, you know, coaches go out to the mound for a visit, you know, there's a strategy to that. There really is. We've got somebody warming up in the bullpen. He's wanting to give a little bit extra time to. You know, that's one for the player, you know, for injury purposes. But, you know, nothing happens in baseball that's not strategic. Baseball is one of the most strategical games that you'll see out there. And so everything happens on a, you know, strategic basis like that. And our coaches, you know, they know how to coach the game. And I think this is kind of forcing them to kind of change the way they coach a little bit. So, you know, I'm not very familiar with what exactly is going to affect us, but, you know, I hate to see the game, you know, that I think is perfect already change any. So, yeah, I'm more of a traditionalist.
Here's the mound visits. I'm read into a little further. New limits on mound visits without pitching changes will be added. The maximum will be 6 by managers, coaches, and players at AAA, 8 at AA, 10 at full season Class A. There will not be any limits at short season Class A or rookie leagues. So there you go.
Yeah, there we go. So yeah, we dodged a bullet on that. You know, I know we've dodged a bullet on some other things, but I'm sure it's coming down. And you know, luckily Brian and I, we're kind of covered up with game day operations, and that's going to affect our coaches directly. You know, we got a new coach coming in this year, in Sean Ratliff, and so I'm interested to see how that affects our coaches and actually the pace of play and everything. I know some of the other changes they've made, you know, it's kind of 50-50. Some people like it, some people don't. But I'd like to, you know, I wouldn't like them to change anything about the game that, you know, I feel is already perfect already. So
there you go. Hey, come back. We'll get you back soon, all right?
Absolutely.
Come back anytime. Great guy.
Absolutely.
Josh Lawson. Quick break. We'll be right back. Got William Yarber going to wrap up our show. We're live here at Mike's Meadows Mart. We'll find out who won the 5 prizes here. We've been asking you to like, share, and comment, and you have been. We'll find out who Becky has picked out of the bucket to win right after this on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the things that owner Tim Smith is most proud of is their hard-earned certifications.
We are an ASE Blue Seal shop, which is important because what it tells the customer is we care enough to get certified, not in one certain area of cars. You have to be certified in 8 different certifications, in 8 different tests you have to take, and you have to be updated on them yearly to make sure that you're up to date. We not only have one of those, we have 3 ASE master technicians here. With the ratio, goes into a ratio, and we're a Blue Seal shop, so it tells you that we care about training and we care about knowing about your car. We want to help fix it right.
American Import Auto Repair, West Market Street, Johnson City, home of the free loaner car program. Open 6 days a week. Call today, 913-3111.
Hi, I'm Rob Cole with Bays Mountain Park. There's something for everyone at Bays Mountain Park. Whether you're an outdoor enthusiast or simply looking to get away and relax, Bays Mountain Park in Kingsport, Tennessee is the perfect destination. For only $4 per vehicle, enjoy 3,500 acres of breathtaking scenery, featuring 40 miles of hiking trails, wildlife habitats, one of the Southeast's premier planetariums, and much, much more. For more information, please visit www.baysmountain.com or call us at 423-229-9447. Bays Mountain Park, one of the Tri-City's best places for learning, leisure, and recreation.
If you're catching some waves or just playing in the yard, it is important to protect yourself. You may not feel the sun's heat, but UV rays can still damage your skin even in cloudy weather. Blue Lizard Sunscreen, recommended by pharmacists and dermatologists nationwide. Our SPF 30-plus formulations use only the highest quality ingredients for broad spectrum protection. As a reminder to protect yourself, our bottle turns blue when UV light is present. Blue Lizard, we've got you covered.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
And we're back again. There he is, our buddy William Yarber with us from Mike's Medicine Mart. Good afternoon, my friend. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you today?
I'm doing fantastic. Beautiful day out here.
Yeah, it is.
You know, it's not officially spring until Wednesday. It sure looks like it and it feels like it, and we'll take it. No complaints from us. So, gosh, I want to talk about it. I want you to talk about it. And Becky said, make sure he talked about it before we get out of here. The Good Food Loyalty Card, Good Food Grocery. Tell me about that, would you please?
Yeah, so these right here are the Good Food Grocery Supplement Reward Cards. And what they do is, you know, for every $50 you spend at the supplements, you'll get a punch on the card. And when you get to like punch number 5, you get a 20% off one-time purchase, 20% off your supplements. And then the 10th one, you get a one-time 30% off your purchase of supplements. So we've got a lot of customers that are really loving this, taking advantage of it. And it's awesome too. Like even if you get something, say like now, it's on sale this month, 20% off. Even if you get $50 worth of 20% off supplements, they'll still punch your card. So, just a great way to kind of give back to everybody and let everybody know how much we appreciate their business.
All right, here's some products we want to do a little show and tell. This are natural, gluten-free makeup by Gabriel. These are nail polishes. There's some of them we can show.
Yeah, the nail polish is something new. We've had a lot of their cosmetics for a long time, but yeah, there's 3 of the colors, and we've got a few more, but that's the 3 that we've got right now that are pretty popular. And got a couple more over here.
Got a couple of more.
Yeah, got a darker one there. Yeah. So we've been getting some great feedback with there's a lot of pink one.
These are gluten-free, correct?
Yeah, they're gluten-free, all natural. They also do not contain any animal byproducts, which is a big thing with cosmetics. A lot of bad things go into makeup, unfortunately, and so this company is taking a step to have cruelty-free makeup that's also preservative-free and dye-free. But yeah, their cosmetics are really great. We've had nothing but great feedback with them. So we decided to extend the product line. We have the nail polish now, and also there's some deep cleansing masks, like facial masks, that we got from them too.
Also available blush, eyeshadow, and concealer that are gluten-free. These are a company called Gabriel, is that correct?
Yes.
And so that's available as well. That's something brand spanking new. So this is also called, I want to say Herbatin, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. So
tell me about these products.
Also,
these are natural hair dyes.
Yeah, so it's also something new. It's something we've been asked about for a while. So I did a little research and kind of found what was getting the most positive feedback, what was kind of big in the industry right now, and this really popped out just mostly for their selection and some of the customer feedback I've seen about them. So it's a new product for the store. We plan to increase the line. We've got a pretty good range at the moment, from light to dark, of course, but we're planning on also increasing them because they've been doing really well. So it's new favorite at Max.
Yeah. The Now product line. Let's step back and let's talk about this right here, because March Madness picks back up on the Sweet 16 on Thursday and Friday this week. Tell us about this product right here. In fact, that's what we're giving away today.
Oh, yeah, awesome. Okay, so this is the Amish Country Popcorn. It's very popular. We have customers that come in and just load up their baskets full of the Amish popcorn. It's really great. We pop it in the store pretty often, handing out samples to customers and employees as well. But it's very well received. Everybody loves it. And I've tried it myself, and I'm really not the biggest popcorn fan in the world, but it's pretty good. A lot of them are wholeless, so you can kind of see a little
white wholeless
yeah.
sweet kettle corn and ladyfinger butter is what we're giving away.
Yeah, so definitely good quality. When you get to the bottom, you're not left with a bunch of seeds and holes and everything. Pretty good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff. Again, good food groceries. So other snacks, again, it is March Madness, and this spring folks will be on the move, and so what are some good, healthy snacks you have over there from Good Food Grocery?
Well, the huge selection of chips, MSG-free, gluten-free, some are even low salt or unsalted, so a few different options there for everybody's needs. We also have natural, like cheese dips, salsas, lots of things in the Amish stuff, shelf-stable cheeses, also have some salsas from them too. Some great antipastas. We have some really great olives and artichoke hearts, and Karen's got some really awesome pickled artichokes and pickled asparagus, pickled okra. It's really great. But yeah, just lots of little kind of small things like that really help makes the game, a little more enjoyable.
Little snacks.
Yeah.
There you go. Up here, of course, we always like to talk about the Amish country foods. You mentioned the popcorn, but you have a whole 6 shelves full of Amish country products. Tell me about those.
Yeah, those, we kind of started out as just a test, to see how it would do, and it's very well received. We've done nothing but great things with that line. It's probably increased 80% since we first brought it in, just because of the great feedback we've had, and everybody here loves it too. Any employee that works here can tell you probably their favorite thing over there. Everybody does something different, but it's really great stuff. We were talking about the pickled asparagus and okra, but there's also pickles, pickled cauliflower. They do jerky that we carry, the shelf-stable cheeses again, lots of jams and jellies and apple butter. There's muscadine grape juice, so the list goes on and on.
We're talking to our buddy William Yarber, still on the screen. Max Meadows with you for a few more minutes. We're going to get heading towards Elizabethton for a baseball game today. Mother's Day ideas. Never too early to be thinking about Mom. I would think Willow Tree Angel figurines is a great gift-giving idea for Mama for Mother's Day.
Definitely. Willow Tree stuff is an excellent idea. We sell a lot of them that time of year because it is an excellent gift. Really large selection of the Willow Tree items, and also we got some spring candles in, another great one. And just lots of little small knickknacks for spring that we've got in the seasonal aisle that make great little gifts. So we've got some pretty good ideas here. And then, of course, we do gift cards too. So if you're not sure what to get Mom, get her a Max Meadows Smart gift card, and she can come and get whatever she wants.
And the gift cards also cover prescriptions. Not many will do that, but the gift cards cover, help out with a prescription or 2 or 3 or whatever the case may be. So lots of great gift-giving ideas. Of course, we talked earlier, we can't ever not get off there without talking about food from a candy standpoint.
Yeah.
Russell Stover Easter right around the corner. Show us those products.
So we have chocolate bunnies. They are going for $1.99 each. Really good price. This one here is a toasted almond bunny and a strawberries and cream bunny. So this is part of some of the cool Easter spring stuff that we've got in. And what we got here? Oh, there is the Millionaire's chocolates in a nice little Easter spring wrapping. Those are going for $9.99. Another great price on that one. And well, we got some more bunnies. See here, a toasted coconut bunny.
Yeah, I'm taking that with me.
$1.99. Yeah. You're going to take it?
Yeah, I'm buying that one. That's going across the ridge.
Yeah, also $1.99. So yeah, that's great. Got some really different flavors. I really haven't seen that many different ones than chocolate bunnies.
And here's a peach whip egg.
Oh, that sounds really good. Yeah, I haven't even seen this one. Yeah, that's really cool.
I don't know what a peach whip egg is. It sounds cool.
Yeah.
Here is a couple of more of these. These are just thought starters for Easter.
Pecans and honey caramel. Also another good Russell Stover's product. It's part of the Millionaires line of their stuff. So I have a caramel egg, and last year, a coconut nest. These are very popular. We go through a ton of those this time of year.
We have our 5 winners before we get off here, so I'm going to let you read these.
All right.
Here we go. There's our 5 winners that she pulled out of the bucket.
So Renee McNeil. Katie
Jenkins.
Rob Fritz. Ashley Von West. And Judy Wilmoth.
There you go. Those are our 5 winners, and Becky will notify them because they've won some free food here. In fact, they've won some free popcorn.
That's cool.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. Anything wins something free, I'm all about that.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't win it. I didn't get to win anything, so and that's okay. Last but not least, I want to talk about this brand new line of candles. Barry talked on them a little bit, but I want to touch on them one more time. This is the tried and true soy and pet friendly candles, and I'll let you take the lid off of that one. That's
nice little design there.
Yeah.
Aluminum tin.
There you go.
Oh, that one's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Sunwash cotton.
Yeah,
and there's lots of really great spring scents that she got.
Oh yeah, this is my.
I'll say we've probably got 12 different ones in the other day.
Love that.
The cool
I'm
thing
a big
about
fan
these,
of peaches. I love peaches.
Oh, that's a great one.
Sparkling peach.
Yeah. It's a neat
so there you go. These are
container.
Yep.
And the cool thing about that was for every scent that we've also got the aerosol room sprays and then a smaller jar candle for the same scent. So you can have the large candle, smaller, and the room spray on the same scent.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Great job. We want to leave us with, my friend. You've hit everything here today. You've done a good job.
Still doing now, and Irwin Naturals 20% off this month, and then beginning of next month starts Nature's Way. Really great product line. We do really well with their probiotics. So Nature's Way probiotics is definitely our #1 selling brand of probiotics. So they're going to be on sale next month for 20% off, along with the rest of the Nature's Way line. So anybody that uses Nature's Way products, come on and get them 20% off.
There you
as
go.
many as you want.
Hours you're open at Mike's Medicine Mart?
Monday through Friday we're open 8 to 7, and Saturday we're open 8 to 6, and Sunday we're open 1 to 5.
So for all your needs, make tracks to max. There you go. Our buddy William Yarber. We switch cameras here. Don't move. Just stay right there and get me back on here, and boom, you're done. We appreciate it very much. William Yarber, again, from Mike's Medicine Mart. Now, let's run down, before we get out of here, let's run down the National Hockey League schedule for tonight. The Predators skate in Buffalo. Preds at 47-14. They'll skate in Buffalo against the Sabres, who are 23-36. Columbus skates at Boston. Florida at Montreal. Minnesota, the Wild, hosting the LA Kings. And Calgary, the Flames, will skate at Arizona tonight. That's in the National Hockey League. Predators have clinched a playoff spot. They're the #1 team in the Western Conference right now. The top 5 teams starting this week: Nashville, Vegas, Winnipeg, Minnesota, and the San Jose Sharks. In the Eastern Conference, your top 5 teams, including the best record in the National Hockey League: Tampa Bay at 49-19. Boston, Toronto, Washington, and the Pittsburgh Penguins are the defending Stanley Cup champions of the top 5 in the Eastern Conference. NBA for today, the schedule goes as follows. By the way, Tyronn Lue, the head coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers, have taken a leave of absence for health issues, so he is going to be stepping away for the time being for health issues, as we said. And so we wish the very best for the new coach, not the new coach, but the coach for the Cleveland Cavaliers, who, again, with health issues, is going to step away. Today it looks like this. Golden State will be in San Antonio to battle my Spurs. That's probably the highlight of today's schedule. Charlotte in Philadelphia. Milwaukee plays against the Cavaliers in Cleveland. Lakers in Indiana. The Knicks hosting Chicago. Denver in Miami. Brooklyn playing host to Memphis. And Detroit, the Pistons in Sacramento to battle the Clippers. Top 5 teams in the NBA starting this week. In the East, Toronto and Boston have clinched playoff spots. Cleveland, Washington, and Indiana, the top 5 in the East. In the West, Houston, and Golden State have clinched divisional titles. And the other top 5 right now are, out of the top 5 would be Portland, Oklahoma City, Utah, New Orleans, San Antonio, Minnesota, all tied with the second and third best records in the NBA. Congratulations in golf. Of course, it was Rory McIlroy taking the championship yesterday, the Arnold Palmer Invitational in Orlando. This week they'll go to Austin, Texas for the World Golf Championships. That'll start on Thursday with a $10 million prize. Before we get out of here, let's run down high school baseball today. Softball and baseball going on around the region. Before the storms come, we're told we're getting some storms this afternoon. So in baseball, of course, our game will be Sullivan East at Elizabeth and 4:30 airtime, 5 o'clock first pitch. That'll be again from Twin Stadium. Also today, Science Hill Crockett, Tennessee I'd Volunteer. Dobbins Minute in South Carolina playing Cane Bay, South Carolina tonight. Johnson County of Patrick Henry, Virginia. Iroquois County plays up the road in Colonial Heights at Sullivan South. Sullivan Central at Happy Valley. University High at North Green. North at Unaka and Cloudland at Hampton. And Southwest Virginia High School Baseball, J.I. Burton at Lee, Ridgeview at Castlewood, and Wise Central at Gate City. Softball today, Elizabethton's Lady Cyclones playing at Happy Valley at 5:30, Crockett at Science Hill, Sullivan Central at Unicoi County, Johnson County at Hampton, and the Sullivan East Lady Patriots in a softball tournament in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and Southwest Virginia. Today, it is Thomas Walker playing host to Bell County, Kentucky. Gate City hosting J.I. Burton. Honaker plays softball at Castlewood. Rye Coves ladies at Council. And Twin Springs ladies playing at Virginia High. And that is your softball and baseball schedule for today. We are out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours again on this Monday. Big thanks, of course, as always, to Dr. Barry Walton from Mike's Medicine Mart. Also to Dylan Hodge, a young man who's driving for Kingsport Speedway. And Mike's Medicine Mart, one of his sponsors. I want to say thanks to Dylan stopping by today. Also Rob Cole from Bays Mountain Park. Josh Lawson from the Kingsport Mets. William Yarber, and, of course, Dr. Barry Walton from here at Mike's Medicine Mart. Again, our winners are our 5 winners today: Renee McNeil, Rob Fritz, Katie Jenkins, Judy Wilmoth, and Ashley Vaughn West. And so you'll be notified by Becky here at Mike's Medicine Mart to get your prizes to you. Out of time, we sincerely thank you for yours until we rejoin you at 4:30 from Twin Stadium for Elizabeth and Cyclone Baseball. This is Tom Taylor for Dr. Barry Walton and for Miss Becky, the marketing lady here, the marketing guru here at Mike's Medicine Mart, saying as always, win or lose, be a good sport. We'll rejoin you at 4:30 from Elizabethton for Cyclone Baseball. Until then, so long, everybody.